kind of our third, you know what I'm saying, podcast. Man. The one, the only.
Black Magic. That's got to be his name, bro. It's just what? There's no way that's not Magic, bro.
Gotta be Magic.
And he black, so like Black Magic.
Magically delicious.
I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch. I feel like that's a little bit of a stretch.
I mean, your stomach might stretch, but I'm not stretching.
Whoa! I know your bitch stretches. Anyways. All right. So what are we drinking today, gentlemen?
I am going with a Jack with a hint of lime, and I'm gonna mix mine with a Pepsi Cherry. So I'm mixing in 4 different flavors. Thoughts?
A Pepsi Cherry. That's interesting. It sounds really fruity. But Jack is an interesting choice. AJ?
I am having a rock-based drink with a sugar rim. It is consisted of tequila, lemonade, and peach snaps.
Ooh, tequila? What brand? What are you working with?
Oh shit, where's the DeLeon Blanc, because I have expensive taste.
DeLeon Blanc, he said. Interesting. That's good.
All right. And me, I am drinking a classic rum and coke. The rum in choice is Bumbu. It's really nice. It's got kind of a banana note to it. And with the coke, it really just tastes like banana bread.
That actually sounds pretty good. I should have done that.
It's hella good. It's hella good.
I gotta try that next. Send me the name or the label, and I'll check it out next time in the shop.
I got you. It's BUMBU. I got the original. It ranges around like $45. It is it's a Caribbean blend, so it was made in the Caribbean, and shit like that. It's really good. It's really good. I bought it specifically for this this podcast / stream. So, you know.
Well, real quick before we start, I do want to apologize in advance. We were actually going to do this on Discord. Unfortunately, technical difficulties with our channel. We couldn't get it verified. So for now, we're just doing it on my channel. I will be uploading it to the podcast channel with our friend Magic and our boy BG. We'll definitely link their medias, and I will be linking their channels. I don't know, AJ, do you have a channel, a YouTube channel, by any chance?
I do.
Would you want me to link that for you too?
No, it's fine. I don't post anything.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and shout out all your your Instagram, Facebook, anything, anywhere,
anything you want, you want people to find you at. Yep.
You could find me at Versace Tello or Adolfo Versace on TikTok. That's where I have my most followers.
Okay. That's the only thing?
That's it?
No Twitter?
I'm not fully functional on the Twitter as of yet, but I will let y'all know as it progresses.
Okay, y'all heard it first. Stay tuned for the link tree. Anyway.
Yep.
Anyways.
BG?
So I know we got my fault, excuse me. I know we have a couple topics and shit like that we want to get into. I know Skate, you've got a list. I know that we kind of want to talk about some current events and stuff like that going on, some games, some movies, TV, you know, kind of whatever just comes to mind. Do you want to go ahead and start it off?
Yeah, first thing, I do want to start with the news. I spoke about this earlier today, and AJ wasn't in the call earlier, but so what's happening now is there's a surgeon, okay, who is doing cosmetics to people's faces and turning them into vampires. I personally don't know what to tell you on that, like what they're doing, but from what I'm hearing and from what I'm reading, there's been at least 212 cases of new HIV in New Mexico because of it.
AJ is currently booking a flight to Mexico and scheduling his procedure. So, but like, you disagree? You don't think that you would do it? You wouldn't want to become a vampire?
I mean, with the price of HIV.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this question then. Isn't that something that, well, I mean, technically, all of us have to deal with on a regular basis, since I would assume that everyone here is sexually active.
Or we've been to a doctor.
I have to deal with HIV.
No. I'm saying, what I'm saying is essentially like, it's like, within that territory and stuff like that is definitely a hazard. It's a present hazard. Especially, you know what I'm saying, in certain communities and stuff like that, it's definitely very prominent.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a very prominent issue, but getting this procedure is a guaranteed HIV, source. While having sex can, protective action.
So you wear a condom?
I would be scared. Of course. I would be scared.
Okay. For all, hold on. Okay, let me say this first. For all of the kids out there, all right, always use protection when you are sexually active.
Always
now, with that being said, I absolutely, raw dog, I just go around it, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, if you just work it around, kind of go at an angle a little bit,
Work it around town.
Work it around town. Kind of like, I really learned that from my boy Bob. Shout out Bob. Yeah, no. But yeah, no.
To me is crazy, dude. I would be scared. I don't even know if it's a plastic surgeon who's doing it, if it's a tattoo shop. I have no idea what it is. All I know is it's just vampire cosmetics and that they're getting HIV. So it could just be like maybe those fake teeth that people put in or something. But
well, I don't think
you would hear about this.
Where did I hear about this?
No, of course you would.
Oh, I would hear about. Oh. Whoa, I am not a vampire. I like them. You know what I'm saying? True Blood, best vampires, but that's a whole different topic.
Okay, well, this is my question for y'all. What do you think that would like entail? Because I mean, it really depends on what vampires we're talking about. Because there's definitely different types of depictions. Some vampires have the more bat-like nose, pointed ears, the sharp teeth, stuff like that.
Some of them
so
could even transform into a bat.
Yeah, you think that this surgeon is just giving people the power to turn into a bat?
I believe it.
I mean, if that's the case, then yes, I am currently booking my flight.
I can see it. Let me know when you get abducted right after that, too, with all the abductions and shit that's been going on down there.
I mean, I will risk it.
You'll risk it.
They're gonna abduct a man that can turn into a bat?
That would be kind of hard. That would be kind of hard.
Exactly. You gotta think big picture.
Now, what kind of bat though?
Bat.
Yeah, that makes sense. That fits you. That fits you. No, okay. So there's a dude down there giving procedures to turn people into HIV vampires. All right, that makes sense.
All right, so another thing I saw. I don't know if you guys were real big on YouTube. I preferably watch a lot of YouTube. Since you guys remarkably said earlier, while we weren't streaming, that I was big on Reddit. I don't really get on Reddit. I've actually, to be honest with you, I ever get on Reddit just to look up information on the game.
Sure.
But that's out of context here. There's a YouTuber named Ice Poseidon. Any of y'all ever heard of him?
Now, I know somewhat of Ice Poseidon. I've seen like maybe small snippets of his streaming. He does like IRL vlogs, right?
Correct. He does vlogs and he also does like reviews. He does reviews on like traveling and stuff like that.
I know that there's been a lot of situations before in the past, like where he's been in hot water and stuff like that, and there's been certain instances, like didn't he get like mugged on stream one time?
Yep, actually, you did. I think it was in the UK too, or some shit like that.
Yeah. I know that there's people that have like followed him around. Like, there's definitely been a lot of weird ongoings with him. What's the deal though? Is there some kind of news with that or?
So Ice Poseidon got arrested and is sentenced to 5 years with a fine of 137,000 baht, which equals up to like $5,000 US.
Mm-hmm.
But he was caught giving a lady a lap dance of some sort in lingerie at a fine wine and dining restaurant, 5-star restaurant, and he was giving a lap dance in lingerie to a girl, and then they came, stopped them, and every one of his friends, including him, got arrested. And now they are actually out of bail, but their court is coming up, I think, next Thursday. And what's crazy to me is that all his friends, including him, have to stay in the country, can't leave, and whatever money they have on them, that's what they have to supply themselves with. They have to make it last till their court comes, and if they get served, they have to use the money to even serve and pay off their bills. If that was you in that situation, which I know you would not do, you wouldn't strip over there in some lingerie. But if you were to actually serve time, dude, for something that you thought wasn't illegal, what would you do in that situation? He's a big YouTuber. He has money, but you don't know about his friends. You think he's gonna be supplying them too? There was at least a group of 8, bro. 8 or 10. That's crazy.
Me personally, I'd start up, my own cell vlog. I mean, like, because you gotta think about it. You might as well make it into some content. Like, at that point, like, if you are already a vlogger and shit like that, and you're in prison and stuff like that, like, and your name is like being thrown around through all these different news platforms. I'm sure Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, like whatever, right?
Oh, real quick, I don't think I mentioned where he got arrested, did I?
No, but you said Bot. Bot, isn't that like somewhere around the UAE or?
It's Thailand. He got arrested in Bangkok. So that just tells you that this dude is more likely screwed.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Would the person that he gave a lap dance to perchance happen to be the form of a ladyboy?
No, it was actually an American girl.
It was an American girl.
Yes. But they were doing a stream, and I guess since he wanted to get views or whatever, they literally stripped down. I've seen the video. And I was like, what the freak are they doing, you know?
Right, you were a witness and you did not report this to the Bangkok authorities. How dare you?
So, the video is they stripped completely down to like these lingerie outfits. 2 guys do it, but they all get arrested since they're all together.
Right. Everyone essentially was an accomplice to it.
I don't know. I think it was kind of fishy though, because the lady comes in with guys wearing suits. They're not even dressed in cop uniforms. They're wearing suits. Yeah. So like either some type of government type thing or something. But they came in and they arrested him on the spot. No questions. Well, you couldn't even respond to why am I getting arrested. You just got handcuffed.
To be fair, this is another country.
That's correct.
And I'm sure that there is definitely different laws and protocols. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was in the U.S., you already know you have to get read your Miranda rights. You know, there's a whole process to it and stuff like that. But I don't specifically know what the process would be in Bangkok. But yeah, no, that's definitely weird. The fact that this man really
stripped down in a
stripped down in a public place.
Though.
Well, in exactly in a restaurant around all these people's food. All right, first of all, and then just thought that it was gonna go down and be okay. Like, you know, like I'm definitely not gonna get charged for indecent exposure. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. Let me just go ahead and drop a couple hairs on this dude's plate though while I'm at it. You know,
that's YouTube money, bro. YouTube money right there.
I mean, is it YouTube? I thought he's a Twitch streamer.
Well, I believe it's YouTube now. I think he got banned off of Twitch. I mean, all the stuff he's done in the past, though. I mean, you can't really blame him.
No,
and then especially what he just proved now, you can know for a fact this dude's probably banned.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be making a comeback unless he makes a new channel. But he'll have to start back from ground zero. But I mean, like, I'm sure as soon as everybody that watches him. Yeah. Here's the question, though. Do you think he's holding pockets or no?
Oh, dude. He's responsible for 8 people. And I know it's him and this other guy who streamed. They were actually the richest of the group. So that just narrows it down to what do you think he's doing?
Mm-hmm. That boy's probably living in luxury right now. He probably slipped the guard a 20 baht and just was like, we're good. We're good. Big Macs and caviar.
So now here's another question, or another topic, actually. America wants to ship over some cluster bombs to Ukraine. AJ, I don't know if you into the war. I know, Dope, you said you really don't care. As long as, you know, whatever happens, happens, but...
As long as everything burns.
Yep. The Ukraine requested for jets and missiles, right? And
misery? Can you spell that, sir?
I don't know the term of that, but so they were requesting that, right? The issue with that is Russia said if we spot anything that's American jets, planes, anything American, that he will shoot it down with no hesitation. Do you think that's going to be the start of World War III?
You know, honestly,
or do you think we will be in the war?
Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pass this one off to Magic to take over first because I feel like I've been doing majority of the talking, but I'll jump in afterwards to pitch in my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say, Magic? You think we're gonna go into war? Do you think it's just childish things? Do you think it's just a phony threat?
Good talk.
You know, I guess my only concern would be the fact that we have the new START treaty going on with Russia.
Right.
That limits all the interactions we can have with outlay the previous war that we were in. So, would us supplying these weapons, you know, break that treaty, or would it just be defending another part of the United Nations? Is Japan a part of the United Nations?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So, one thing is the United Nations is that we have to bear arms with our people, because, you know, them's our folks rule. But we also have another treaty limiting interactions towards Russia, and since Russia did declare war on them, that is now their business. But also, it's our business.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I personally, I feel like we should help them out. They are a small country, and most of their people left. But at the same time, you know, we're known for being the biggest army, the biggest military force. And we're known for that reason, you know, because we actually put most of our money, our tax money, into that stuff. That's what we...
Yeah, but we're no longer in a world where having bigger weapons is all you need in a war. At this point, how do we prevent World War III? Because it's always been predicted that World War III.
That is very true. That is very true. It'll be the last war.
Do we interfere with this war, making the ultimate winter happen, or do we just kind of mind our business and let them try to reclaim land that used to be theirs, just so that we
that is something that we are definitely gonna find out once these people actually do transfer over those missiles. I preferably hope that we do, just to see what they do. But at the same time, North Korea did mention, and they had a rally recently. I want to say last Monday, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I did read something that they did a rally that they want to start war against America. But let's be honest, even if they did, how fast do you think we're going to destroy that country?
I'm a savage.
About destroying the country at this point, most military arsenals have an automatic launch sequence that if they detect missiles coming towards them, therefore automatically go off. So it's usually a sort of
That's true. That is true.
So,
Well, I feel like even...
sure that,
Oh, sorry, go for it.
so in order to make sure that we're not just annihilating entire continents, it would have to just be a war without nuclear arsenals.
Yes, that's something we definitely do need. That is something we definitely do need. And I was gonna say, even at that, even if he did start a war, to state the facts, I don't think his troops would actually fight for him.
Who are we talking? Who are we talking about in regards?
In Kim Jong-un, only because he has a lot of defectors, and I'm pretty sure that if it came down to him starting a war with us, them leaving that country, they would probably just stay out.
So you think that most of his troops would defect before anything really started to pop off?
I really do. Like, I feel like once they have access to leave the country and actually travel somewhere, I don't think they'll come back. That's just my opinion, though. But I only believe in that because, I mean, as it is now, people are just dying on the road. I'm pretty sure they're tired of seeing that. They don't get fed. They don't get clothed. They don't get food. They don't get water.
North Korea is the only place that is like a civilized country where they don't have access to information on other countries, but this is what they're normal with. They don't know that there's something better most of the time.
Based as far as like the civilians go, but like definitely like the government officials and stuff like that in the military do have access to certain things like that. Yet some of it is limited. But
even then, though,
they definitely do have intel.
Even then, though, since I'm very intrigued in North Korea, I do know that some of the people do know about the outside world. Some of the stuff comes inside, and it gets, hidden from the guards. So they do know some stuff, but sometimes, from what I read, is that when they leave, sometimes they want to go back because they're so used to living there and being told by somebody to do this and do that and do this,
Well, I will say, I'm gonna speak on that aspect first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say my sense on the whole missile crisis. I definitely do understand that being a process, because even if you think back to, like, I mean, the whole H situation, if y'all know what I'm talking about, back in World War II. Yeah, the H situation. It's hollow.
Nope.
It had a great cost to it. AJ, are you understanding what I'm saying?
I don't know what
I was trying not to say it because I didn't know if that was going to be a bad word.
No.
Back speaking which with like in the Holocaust and stuff like that.
Right.
There was even information that got in between like the prisoners and stuff like that, and there was definitely tons of escapees and stuff, and there was certain people that did defect from that. I mean, so I definitely do see that being the case, and I feel like once it started to be that, because it is a dictatorship and stuff like that, with North Korea, I feel like once, if it seemed apparent that North Korea was going to lose in the subject, and there was a chance for the civilians or some of the military personnel to get out from under that thumb, I feel like it definitely would be a cut and run situation for a lot of the people.
I agree.
But then on that hand, if it's North Korea, Russia, and I think it was one other country that created a treaty, right? If I'm wrong. Who do you know which what was the third country?
China.
It was China. Okay, that's what I figured. I definitely do feel like at the end of the day, I mean, we've already been sending over stuff to Ukraine for like the last, what, 2 years? How long has this war been going on for now?
About 2 years.
Yeah, we've been sending over guns, ammunition, we've been sending over rations, we've been sending over water, all different kinds of stuff to Ukraine throughout this whole process, and Ukraine has definitely been keeping like a good leg in the war effort and stuff like that, and has been keeping a good push back. Like there's definitely been heavy casualties on both sides and stuff like that. But for Ukraine definitely being the smaller of the two countries, it's holding its own fairly well. And especially there was this story of a fighter pilot that had taken down over 200 Russian pilots and stuff like that. I can't specifically remember the name of it, but I'll touch. I'm sure someone in the comments or something like that will definitely remember who I'm talking about. But I feel like the only reason or the only way that America would get involved in that war would possibly be because it would be mutually beneficial for us. But as in this moment, it's really not. And the cost on the back end of that might be greater than the gain, you know? Because if it does go into that nuclear end game position and stuff like that, because let's be honest with ourselves right now, most countries, even within the United Nations, do have access to nuclear weaponry and stuff like that, and that is the end game. That is the end all. Now, there is preventatives towards that. There is anti-air and missile drones and different weapons and stuff like that. And I'm sure that there's stuff that our government has that we don't even know about, haven't heard of. You know, because there's DARPA and other companies that are pushing out stuff like that constantly. I mean, we dump trillions and trillions of dollars into our military forces every single year. Like, it's ungodly the amount of money that goes into our military strength and stuff like that. And for that reason, we are the foremost world superpower. Right. But I definitely feel like it's not something that America's going to do, because if it does get to that point, it is going to get to that end game if we do step in. Because then it's going to be where everybody else in the UN has to. And then once, you know, it's the same thing like with a cornered animal. If a cornered animal's backed into a corner and they know there's no other option out, especially with a dictatorship and Putin already having a technical dictatorship, like a legal dictatorship, because of him dropping out of office and becoming a governor and everything else that he's done to evade that title. It definitely I could see it going in that direction.
I just think Putin is really power hungry for it. Really power hungry for it. And the last thing I did have for, I guess, streamer news before we go into anything gaming or movies or music. I don't know if you know, and I definitely for sure know that AJ doesn't know about this, but Wings of Redemption, ever heard of him?
Streamer?
Streamer, YouTuber from 2007, was a big Call of Duty guy.
I have heard some of the stuff on him. I've heard that he had a really bad rage
yes,
episodes, and he became very toxic, and his community became very toxic against him, and it ended up becoming where people would subscribe to him just to
make fun of him.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, well, the news is the world's hatest internet troll loses a friend. Could it backfire? Now, what I mean by that is he had a friend named Cheese. That was his best friend. His friend actually knew dirty stuff on Wings of Redemption, which is Richard. Do you think now that they're not friends anymore, they had a big argument on it, that he's gonna come out on a podcast and speak on his name?
That Cheese is gonna speak on Wings.
Wings and say all his dirty stuff. Wings apparently is sexually molested his sister, had a relationship with his cousin, is into little girls, and has no problem saying the N-word to anybody.
And this is all things that Cheese has stated.
No, this is stuff that Cheese knows if it's true or not.
That he knows is true. Does he have any evidence of it?
He used to be his neighbor.
Well, that doesn't answer my question. Does he have any physical evidence of it?
They used to be his neighbor. They used to live together, and when all this accusation stuff was happening, they weren't living in the same house. So
okay,
he might not have proof on him, but I could probably take his word since they were living together in the same place.
To a certain degree, I can definitely understand that.
That's
But if
he speaks on it, though.
I mean, like, but at the end of the day, if they had a fallout between the two of them over whatever circumstance it might be, I don't know because I don't follow either of them because I really don't care. But that is just hearsay, and especially with the fact being that he doesn't, there was that argument. It's not the greatest of look, but the internet being the internet, the internet's gonna definitely take that side because once you bring up those topics, it doesn't look right, and it's definitely it's a heavy topic. I mean, for you saying that, even I already, I got this little feeling in my gut. You know what I'm saying? Like, grab the pitchforks. You feel me? Like, go on a little hunt. But like, at the end of the day, if he does have proof, it's a totally different subject. It's people are gonna start searching this down. They're gonna try to figure it out, and it'll eventually get brought to light. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not that's what he wants. Because I mean, for example, what was the name of that one YouTuber that got exposed? He was really, or I don't know if he was a YouTuber, but he definitely was on TikTok. And he got exposed for being a pedophile.
Oh, you're talking about the EDP or something like that?
Yeah. You know about him at all, Magic?
I do not.
You don't know about him? Okay, AJ, do you? I mean, Saz, you want to go ahead and tell him about it, or?
So, EDP, bro, this dude is a walking meme. He got caught trying to meet with, I think, was it a 12-year-old? You remember?
Yeah, it was a 10-year-old.
Or a 10-year-old, and he showed up to these guys in the freaking, what was it? An alleyway. It wasn't even like at a house. This dude showed up. This dude gave him the location to meet in the alleyway, for him to meet the little girl in the alleyway. So they met there, right? He gets caught. And his excuse for him getting caught trying to meet with the 10-year-old was because he was trying to get cupcakes. Remember that? You remember that? Dope?
Well, on top of that, the whole thing is that there was like notes and stuff and messages because the guys that set it up had been like chatting with him the whole time, messaging him, and essentially like EDP had like sent messages, like sexually explicit messages. He had
there was a
like
pic. There was a pic.
Yeah, there was photos. There was all different types of stuff
of his privates that was sent. Bro.
Yeah, and it definitely, once you like went through and read the messages and stuff, it really just makes you sick. Like, just to like see, like, hear some of the stuff that this grown man was saying to what he thought was a child.
A 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old.
Not even a teen, bro.
Yeah, not even a teen.
Just a kid.
A child. Yep.
I did not hear about that one, but I know there's currently one about the YouTuber Colleen.
Oh, I've heard about that too. I've heard about that.
I haven't heard about that. Why don't you go ahead and put me on? Let me know about it.
So you might not know her as Colleen. She went by a different username back when she was on Vine. I can't remember the name. Miranda Sings.
Oh, you're talking about the ukulele girl.
Yeah.
Where she made the whole song, where she did the toxic. What's it called?
The I'm sorry thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the?
Not a groomer, just a loser.
Did you see the video that got leaked from her, bro?
I did not.
Have you heard about it, Dope? Oh my god.
Depends, because I watched some of it.
She did Single Ladies by Beyonce wearing blackface and performed that live.
Oh yeah, bro, that was way back. She has had so many different controversies, and it's like,
Don't forget the tutorial she made on how to sing like a big black woman.
Oh my
see,
god.
that's the thing though. When you think about it, there's so many different instances. I mean, you think about the Logan Paul apology saga, you think about the Jeffree Star, the High Sisters. What's his name? James Charles. You wanna go ahead and do the voice for us, Magic?
I would politely pass it on.
No, but the fact that she had a group chat with all of these teenagers and stuff like that, and was talking about all this stuff, like,
And sending pictures of her and Monterey.
like, it's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't put the connect on how someone's brain can work like that, because it is a sickness. It's like it's a mental sickness, you know.
It's true.
So I don't even know, but the fact that she thought that grabbing a ukulele and making a song about how the internet just creates so much toxicity and stuff like that. Yeah, she was like, this is gonna be perfect. Like, everybody's gonna forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna play the victim. You know? I don't know, it's wild.
It's another thing though, because toxic YouTubers like to hang out with other toxic YouTubers, so you really have to watch which YouTubers are socializing with who.
But I mean, she hasn't been that relevant for what, like the past 8 years?
No, that's not even true. She actually was just on Joey Graceffa's Escape the Night with a couple of other problematic YouTubers like Tana Mojo, Manny Mound, and Peter Dragon.
Okay. I had no clue about that. See, you know more about it than I do.
And then even Shane Dawson was there, and everyone knows.
Everybody knows Shane Dawson. Yeah. And that epic. What would y'all say was the first problematic YouTuber with something along that lines?
Honestly, I would say my first encounter with the problematic YouTuber would probably be Jeffree Star.
For me, I forgot his name, but hopefully you know, Dope. It's that one guy from Vanoss Crew. Remember? Who came out to be a big pedo?
No, I don't remember.
I forgot,
Who was that?
I forgot the name, but
Was it Droid?
No, it was one of the actual main ones from Vanoss's crew.
I don't know, because I know there's Vanoss, of course. There's H2O.
It wasn't Mini Lad? No, I don't think it's Mini Lad. Or it could be.
No, I think it might have been Mini Lad, because he's not in those videos anymore, and there was a lot of toxicity between, because Terrorizer he still plays with them every once in a while. Wildcat 407.
Yeah, I think it's Mini Lad then.
Basically, I do work. Yeah,
it's one of them. I just know that he came out to be a real big pedo, and they didn't want to mess with him anymore because he got caught sending exclusive images on Snapchat, I believe, and then he was talking to little girls from man, I want to say it was probably from Musical.ly or something. And I know the person who caught him was Vanoss, and he told him, like, you can't be doing that stuff, dude. And they kicked him out the crew.
wow.
So, to me, that's just crazy. That's probably the first problematic. I know about that dragon person you spoke about, AJ. But I just I don't remember what she got caught for or what she got in trouble for. I know she got in trouble recently.
Mainly like racism.
Oh, that's freaking crazy. That's wild.
Just being an overall like
Good old racism.
and I know she recently went to jail.
That's what I was talking about. I don't remember what she got in trouble for, but I heard she went to jail.
Which I honestly, Nikita, for instance, I just feel like when you're in a position of power, especially as like a trans person, openly knowing that the trans community is being targeted and you're using your power for these types of things, then maybe you don't deserve that power because you're shining a negative light on a situation that's already being pushed out in a negative view.
Okay, so that's a good branching because you are a sexually ambiguous individual, correct?
Elaborate.
I mean, why did I word it like that? Because this is YouTube. This is YouTube, and I'm trying to keep certain things like generalized statements, you know, not like to make it not seem like I'm targeting anyone, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Love all my people out there, love all y'all. But like you are a person, like you're not straight, you're not, you know what I'm saying, gay, you're not, yeah, exactly. So you are a sexually ambiguous individual. I feel like you being part of the LGBT community and stuff like that, how does that how does that personally make you feel?
Honestly, it feels like another opportunity is being taken from me because watching someone from the LGBT community come into such powers and then misrepresented so much, that allows further for the straight community to not like my content, not like me as a person, and just give them like reassurance on why they believe what they believe. You get what I'm saying?
Based off of stereotypes and stuff like that, which I mean doesn't make any sense and stuff like that, because I know I'm a straight individual. Skate is his own unique thing. He's a scaly, and you're bi. But like all of us end up meshing. We mesh well. You know, we have great conversations, and it's completely normal. Like I don't see anything wrong with any of that. You know. So it's just that part to me, it definitely does seem like bigotry is definitely still very prevalent. Do you feel like it's harder to break into certain industries and stuff like that, being part of that aspect, and on top of that being a young black individual, and on top of that a young Latino individual?
I mean, honestly, 100%, I do think that. Like, for instance, Lil Nas X, he played his cards right. He did not come out until after he was already established, and then as soon as he came out, he lost a huge percentage of his following base, which, yes, it was replaced by a better following base for his stature. But the fact that he had to pretend to be someone he was not to get to where he is at clearly shows how hard it can be just to be yourself in any industry.
And I know that you're trying to get into like acting and music and all that other different type of stuff. Like, are you working on trying to find an agent or anything like that?
No, not currently. Honestly, I just feel like I have a lot going on in my life that I have to deal with before I can get into any of that. All I've been looking at is just like reality TV, because let's be honest, if any of us are going to be on reality TV, it's with me.
I will definitely say that out of the three of us, I feel like you definitely have the highest chance. I feel like all of us would break into different scenes throughout that aspect, but I definitely don't think my channel would be reality TV. What do you feel like your breakthrough, if you were to get into an industry, would be, Saza?
Definitely romance. Definitely romance. I'm coming out Titanic too.
I don't think that's an industry, my boy.
I'm coming out of Titanic too, bro. It's already written.
So your OF is coming soon. All right, good to know. Good to know. Neither will I. Neither will I, sir. All right, hold on. Before we get into another topic, can we just go ahead and take a second to appreciate this this cork pop? Y'all hear that?
Barely.
All right, let's try that
Barely,
again. Take two.
Oh.
Ooh, little ASMR.
Barely, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
I legally blind. POP, mama hold it down.
Interesting
No, it's mama, I love you.
Interesting topics, dope. Interesting topics. AJ, I appreciate your comments on that. We're gonna switch this up from news. We're gonna go into gaming. I don't have a lot of games wrote down for this, so if you maybe want to speak on something on it, by all means, jump in. The first game I do have is I don't know, AJ, if you're big on this, but dope. NBA 2K24.
Hate it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
I know you're on 23. Are you gonna move? Are you gonna stay? What's your deal here?
All right, so I have a crippling issue called a spending addiction, and it's very prevalent on 2K, and it has been very prevalent on the last 3 2Ks, through 2K20 to 2K23 being that, and I've probably invested thousands of dollars into it. So
Jesus, that's an addiction.
I
for
will
sure.
not be playing 2K24 at all. I'm probably gonna skip and go to 2K25 because my pockets are hurt. They are screaming, and I think it deserves a break. And with that being said, for the most part, like, I don't think that the graphics overall is gonna be that much of a difference. I feel like we're not into that branch yet. But I definitely feel like 2K25 would be a better year to kind of hop on. I feel like everything would be more solid and hollowed out because it would have been where it's specifically made for next gen consoles.
Okay.
You know, and PC and stuff like that. So it's not
Right.
like anything being tailored on to last gen.
And AJ, you play 2K?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so I actually got a question for you alone. Dope, by all means, if you want to jump on this too, you can. But Overwatch 2, I know you're real big on that game. You're probably the best player in this group alone.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't say that.
Sombra. Oh. As between you all. But Sombra is supposed to be getting a rework. A new update coming out. It's supposed to be called Lethal. You know anything about it?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Well, you're looking for a new update for Sombra. She's going to be getting a whole workaround. The devs came out with it. They just dropped it, I believe, 2-3 days ago. Maybe you might be something you want to look into, because I heard they're going to do a lot of reworks on some of these characters for, I guess, Overwatch 2, since they canceled the story mode or the free for
The PvE.
the PvE or something like that. What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about the PvE being just scrapped?
Honestly, I think it was wasted potential. I feel like that game mode was bring a lot of new players in. But then we also have to acknowledge that Overwatch 2 is still technically in its beta. They haven't even completed the game with
Right. And do you think if Overwatch 2 is supposed to have a story mode, they would kill it?
Honestly, I think so.
Have you seen any of the trailers for Overwatch?
I'm
Like the lore?
Yeah, like the lore trailers, like I think there's one where they're like trying to stop this big robot or something like that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen some of the lore, but I have not all seen that.
Hey,
I have seen all of the lore.
and what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that would be a story itself? Do you think they'll kill it?
I feel like personally Overwatch definitely does a very good job with the lore. I'm not gonna lie, even as somebody who never was really that big of a fan of Overwatch, like I understood the hype behind it. I've played it. I occasionally will hop on and stuff like that, especially with Magic. Especially the other day when I absolutely shit on him in a 1v1.
Whoa.
But I definitely, the stories are, they draw you in, and the way that they tell it is really good. Just based on like the camera angles and everything else like that. So I definitely think that Overwatch within that sense would really kill the story arcs and stuff like that. I just don't know how well that would translate based on how the Overwatch PvP aspect of it is framed. Because let's be honest, Overwatch always has been a PvP game.
Right.
Am I wrong, Magic,
No.
or?
I agree. I actually
Okay.
feel like if they would make that into a story mode, because I'm not gonna lie, just watching the actual trailers or the little lore videos gets me intrigued to want to play the game. And like just seeing that, maybe even put into the game as a story, would definitely want me to play the story.
Honestly, I feel like I want to acknowledge the fact that Overwatch has one of the most diverse casting or rosters or however you want to call it.
Definitely.
Oh, hands down, hands down.
Because you have white people, black people, you have Indian descent, you have Asian side, you have robots, if you're into that, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna you have like
You are being judged.
you have strong women who are basically just bronze, you have skinny men who their brains instead of arms. I feel like they have like all characteristics that you can expect in the group, so there's always someone where you can play that you feel connected to in a sense.
Okay. I definitely need to rework my choices and if I'm connected to them.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. It's kind of on the same topic. It's going to branch into another game though before we jump onto something else. So, Skate, I know that you are heavily into Fortnite's story. Do you feel like Overwatch should take any aspects from Fortnite's story? Or do you feel like, on another note, that Fortnite could do anything to improve the story?
Man, this is tough only because Fortnite's story is so... Keep it a buck with you, 100%. The story, as it sits right now, I feel like I have no idea where they're going with it. Only because
are you talking about the battle pass?
No, I'm talking about the story itself.
Okay.
Now we're mixing in the reality with the Autobots. Like what happened? You know, like whatever happened to that ball that was in the water? I forgot what it's called.
And didn't they call him Greg or something like that?
No, the
Billy?
ball. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
The cube.
That thing. Whatever that thing. Whatever happened to that? That shit just blew up. The world blew up.
The creatures taken by the aliens and then they were brought back, you know.
Exactly. And now the Autobots are the key to humanity.
All that was underwater, that was considered the Nexus point, which is bringing all
Oh, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. Exactly. Thank you.
the Nexus point still exists, but we did explode it in the last event, causing us to create a new island based off this in this reality.
So it's an alternate reality essentially.
No, it's still the same one. We just exploded outwards and then pulled in multiple branches, like Kiki's map, other worlds.
Okay. That doesn't make
guess-
sense, but yeah.
Exactly. I just say Overwatch, stay with Overwatch, because Fortnite is just, it's a mess. At least for me.
I feel like we have to acknowledge that the Fortnite realm is not an actual real realm. I mean, in the story, it's been proven many times that it's just a simulated thing that the DVs are watching over.
Yep.
Who are the DVs?
It's a
sloth or something like that. Yep.
Swamp is part of the main IO. The IO are basically the initiative that's using the Nexus Point Center so that all the beings can get a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that they're basically just studying like the fight and just doing kind of the simulation of how that's going.
Okay, well maybe that should have been a question for you, Magic, not Saz, because Saz, you absolutely fumbled that entire question.
Well,
and Magic picked it back.
In my defense, the story is just I lost interest after the third season.
Honestly, most of the logic that I got from this wasn't from Fortnite itself. I just know that the center was called the Nexus Point, and then what do we know as Nexus beings are people who travel throughout the multiverse, which you could get from like Doctor Strange or Wanda, you know, from Marvel, and then
Shout out.
you just take it from there. And seeing as you have Marvel characters, DC characters, you have Star Wars, you have so many people having things that are already known and established as like games or movies, and it's all brought here because they're saying Fortnite is the next thing.
Okay. So, speaking of Marvel, I don't know, well I know more so where Saz sits on that. I don't know where you sit on the Marvel, how you feel on it, the Marvel and DC universe. I am a huge Marvel fan. I literally will sit there and listen to audio recordings of the Marvel comics. I have Marvel comics in my house currently.
I'm so deep into Marvel that I forget. I actually have a note page filled with what I was expecting from Multiverse Madness, and 90% of it's right.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm so deeply involved into Marvel right now. I have Spider-Man boxers on right now as we are speaking.
I'm so deeply
Oh my god, bro.
Marvel movies comes out. I deep dive across all the comics so I know storylines.
I'm so deeply involved in Marvel, I already know everything that's gonna happen because I've read multiple of the comics multiple times.
Hey, nah, you're just not.
You know what? It's okay. How do we feel on the Spider-Man 2 game? I personally am so hyped. It's really one of the only games besides Assassin's Creed Mirage that I'm super hyped for right now. How do you feel on it?
Similar as to the Assassin's Creed gameplay and the Spider-Man gameplay, I think that they've been pumping out pretty much the same game with slightly different variations, and people have been eating that up.
Actually, speaking on that, I just hope there's a way that you can mod the soundtrack from the what's the director's name again? Dope? Tobey Maguire? Dope?
Sorry, he's recovering from when I said Assassin's Creed is the same game over and over again.
Whoa. He died. I think it's called like Remy Films.
I'm not entirely sure since I have not played it.
You haven't seen Spider-Man from
I played the old one.
Tobey Parker?
I don't believe so.
It's something like Remy or Rami or something like that. Or the Rennie Films.
Oh, okay, my fault.
What's the director's name, Dope?
Are y'all able to hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a technical difficulty there. My headphones died. Okay, first of all, you can shut your mouth about Assassin's Creed. All right, you can shut your mouth because within the last 4 games, there has been huge advancements in it, and it's an entirely new game. It's not the same. Now, the free roam aspect, the story of it, I absolutely love. I love that we're going back to Persia, Prince of Persia, all of those games. Those were very influential games to me as a kid, and stuff like that. Like, I grew up playing all of those. I love that. And I've played every single Assassin's Creed game known to man. I really have. Do not ask me on the lore. because as I have stated multiple times, I have the memory of a goldfish and I will not be able to tell you nothing. But I tell you what, I am a stand for that. Anyways,
So, okay, let me ask you this. On average, it takes about, what, 3 to 5 years to produce a pretty solid game, right?
yeah,
Assassin's Creed originally came out in, what, 2007, 2009?
around there, yeah.
Since the first game, there has been 19 other games produced.
Mhm.
And that's on console alone, because you still have the Assassin's Creed Mobile, the Assassin's Creed, like, DLCs for multiplayers that they used to have
Mhm.
that they don't anymore because it was made.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
The time span of 20 games and
Yep.
what? It's been less than 20 years?
Mhm.
About 14, 15 years since it came
Mhm.
out? At what point would you say that it's copy and pasted?
Okay. There definitely is a certain atmosphere of copy and paste. All right. But how many of those Assassin's Creed games have been either nominated or labeled by critics as the game of the year and have awards for being the game of the year?
Let's
Can
find out.
can I do a follow up question real quick?
Go for it while he's figuring that out right now.
When did Valhalla come out, and when is his new game coming out? How long has it been?
Valhalla, honestly, bro, like I just said, I'm not going to be able to tell you that, but I have
Is it two?
Valhalla
Is it
on my console.
2001 or is it or is it? I mean, is it
Valhalla?
2021 or 2020?
Um, let me check that
Has
right
it at
now.
least
I'm
been
literally
3
in my
years?
library. Valhalla came out in 2020, so it has been 3
Okay,
years.
so it's 3 years. Okay. I
It's
can
been
see it.
3 years.
Maybe they had a bigger team. That instead of having like smaller teams working on games that take 5 years, maybe they had a bigger team. I can see
It
3 years.
it has been 3 years. What was your other question though? I couldn't remember that.
Who you asking, me or him? Because he said he's gonna
You.
search up. I
Yeah,
only
he's
had one
searching up.
question. Was
Oh, I thought
was
you had another
when?
section of it. Huh?
I was just asking when because maybe they could have just had a bigger team working on the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it came out faster.
Now, I will say I wasn't the biggest fan of Valhalla out the gate, but I progressively played it more, and I started to enjoy the lore that they really attached into it through um, like all of the Norse gods and myths and stuff like that, and the side quests. It definitely became a very interesting game. And the fact that there was multiple regions to be able to explore and stuff like that, there was a whole dream state. All of that I really enjoyed, especially because I do kind of like more medieval games and stuff like that. I mean, for example, For Honor, you know my love-hate relationship with that. God of War Ragnarok it's in my top 5 games of all time. Up there with also Ghost of Tsushima, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I loved both of those. I just really enjoy games with a presence in the past. And I know for a lot of people, Assassin's Creed Black Flag was a very influential game, and I still know people that say it's the best game that they've ever played. Now, if I give you probably one of my favorite newer Assassin's Creed that's recently came out, it would probably be Assassin's Creed Origins, and that was the one that placed in Egypt. And I didn't have the highest of hopes at it for it at first because I thought a lot of the expanse was going to be desert and stuff like that, but they paired it really well, and the design of the cities and stuff like that, and even how they depicted some of like the special events and stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed it and stuff like that, and it gave a certain level of difficulty that was definitely enjoyable. You know.
Alright. So, I am going to burst your bubble as of this second.
All right, let's go ahead and hear it.
So, the only game that has a legitimate award is Valhalla. It did win the first ever Grammy nomination for a video game. So that is very cool. That's very iconic. Glad they won the first one. They set history. But going through all of the Game of the Years, like British Academy Game Awards, the CZX American, every all the Dice Awards, it has no winning. It has been nominated for a few, but it has no standing victories for any importance. But then we also have to acknowledge that Game of the Year and Movie of the Year, without any sort of a title, can be said about anything, without any copyrights, because there's no specific titling to it. Now, if they said American Game of the Year, they probably have a lawsuit because they have not won that. So currently they hold one award.
Still the first ever to do it, though. So you know what? I'll take that.
But even Smash Bros. And Mario Party have more awards in this game.
Okay, but Smash Bros. And Mario Party are both fire games that have been streamed by multiple YouTubers and definitely is playable for multiple people, and they're way older. And on top of that, also, the fact of the matter being that anyone can jump on Smash Bros. Or Mario Party. You don't need to be a gamer to be able to do that. You can't just jump into Assassin's Creed and be like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Yes, you can.
You want to bet?
100%.
You want to bet? I got you. I will. We will find somebody and we will test this. It will be a live stream.
All right, now, another question I have.
Uh-huh.
How do we feel about the Assassin's Creed Chronicles? Because quite literally, I believe these are all the same games with a different region name on them.
Okay. I definitely do acknowledge that there is some truth to that, but I will also say Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 are the same game.
They are.
They are. And
they literally merged the first game into the second game. No one's
Yes.
denying that.
Yes. Yes.
But my issue here is that you denied the truth. Because they literally made Assassin's Creed Chronicles, China, Russia, Braham, and they were like, yeah, these are all different games, but nothing was changed with the title.
No, 100%. I definitely did acknowledge that. I didn't say that that was a lie. There's even like videos and pictures saying about how the map layouts are the same. I definitely do not deny that at all. There's tons of games that do the same thing, such as Call of Duty is very prevalent for using certain buildings and cars and other things from past games. Same thing with Apex. They've used certain buildings and carried it over into like the different regions and stuff, like the new quote-unquote maps.
The only thing I will give Assassin's Creed is that the first one, great. Second one, okay. But it starts getting good again around Black Flag to current. Because Rogue, mid, Freedom City, it was decent. Origins was pointless. Odyssey, no one played it.
Okay, I don't acknowledge, in my defense, I don't acknowledge Origins Chronicles or any of those other ones. I really don't. Black Flag definitely. Rogue was mid because it was kind of a branch off of Black Flag. I still enjoyed playing it though, I'm not going to lie to you. But I definitely like the approach that they've taken with Valhalla, Origins, and what was the other one? The one where it was in Greece, Rome.
Was that Syndicate?
No, that was London. Anyways, it doesn't really matter too much. But I like the open world aspect and stuff like that, to where you can kind of roam around, do things. There's little mini objectives and stuff like that. It definitely does get repetitive as multiple other games within that certain aspect and stuff like that.
I give them credit because they are the staple to the open world realm in a sense, seeing as games like God of War followed in their footsteps from being slightly open world to fully open world. You have Harry Potter, which is controversial. I'm not saying I play it, but that did follow in Assassin's Creed footsteps, as long as Tomb Raider, that was very much a very flat world forward-based game at first, but then they did do open world, which flopped, but they did it. But not to take away from this question, but I want to ask a question since I have not asked one yet, about a game that I feel everyone will know about, since it's like one of the oldest games in the book, dating all the way back to arcade. Have you seen the MK1 trailers or gameplays? And if so, how do you feel about it and what do you expect or want from it?
Well, of course I had. Honestly, before I answer this question, though, we never did get into Spider-Man 2. I'm kind of hurt about that, but
It's okay. No one wanted to get into Spider-Man 2.
whoa! I'm just gonna ignore that for the time being. I have seen it. I have played Mortal Kombat. Everyone has. I think that the graphics look beautiful. If that is the actual graphics that we're going to get, fingers crossed. The story seems very interesting. I definitely have voiced before that it seems confusing to me. I don't quite understand the timeline that we're following in. It seems like Raiden's young. He's not even the current god of the time. He's still a monk. I did, but I've never been truly invested into the story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really not.
What's interesting about this game and the reason why we're calling it Mortal Kombat, or they are, not me, like I'm did any work. The reason why they're calling it Mortal Kombat 1 is because, yes, we've had the time reset many times. After the last game, we found out the reason behind it was Kronika, because she's basically like, this is mid, let's try it again. But we have a new god in play. Raiden relinquished his god powers and gave them to Liu Kang, who is now the fire god, meaning this is the first timeline reset we have where it's not Kronika at play, but it's actually a good guy, Liu Kang, who's rewriting all of history.
Okay.
So the reason why everything may seem a little bit confusing is because Kronika was focused on mayhem and destruction, and Earthrealm kept winning. Liu Kang, he was focused more on balance and unity, but everyone knows balance and unity can never exist, which is why in the trailer you see Sub-Zero and Scorpion being more brotherly instead of being enemies. In this version, Mileena is not an actual clone, but she's actually Kitana's birth sister who has a virus instead of being Shao Kahn's little plaything. So everything's a little bit more balanced into the sense of friendship and prosperity, but as we know, Mortal Kombat never stays that way and it takes a dark turn.
Everyone, please go check out Mileena's subreddit. Anyways,
Love Mileena.
I definitely have always been a Mileena fan over Kitana. The teeth just do it for me. I don't know why.
But I do appreciate that in this we get to see Mileena before her mouth goes a little crazy, so we get to see her as a person.
I definitely do feel like out of the stories, this will probably be the better one.
Facts.
I feel like this will be the
There's a
best
lot of
story.
controversy around Malea's character model right now. And it's not because of her hair, which is very different than we've seen it before, not because she is Khan, which is usually Katana, but everyone's a little frustrated because her mouth, instead of being the normal teeth that we know, it has a more predator effect where her bottom jaw unhinges and unlocks a second set of teeth that fling outwards, like the Predator versus Alien movie. Which everyone says is taking away from the Mileena we know and love, but the Mileena we do know and love has always been a bit more on the beastly side.
You know what I'm going to go ahead and bring into that? I'm going to bring into the Little Mermaid situation. I'm going to bring into the Little Mermaid situation. I feel like people just need to shut the hell up. I really do. I feel like, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like everybody's making it into such a big thing. I like the fact that they're trying to innovate and change things up. I definitely do. I like that they've introduced the whole different cosmetics that you could have for all of the Mortal Kombat characters, and you can mix and match pieces and stuff like that and create your own style to it. So I'm perfect.
You can also change your fighting style because you get to customize your ability.
Exactly. And I like that, and it brings a lot more range to the game. And I feel like if people cry over every little thing that every game developer tries to do to innovate, they're going to be afraid to take those steps. Because let's be honest, game developers have really been kind of... They've been lacking, and I really have a love-hate relationship with them right now. It's the same thing with the movie industry, and I'm sure that we'll get into that after we get out of the game aspects and stuff like that.
But it's just like it becomes to where they become comfortable because they know that if a series is already set up to a certain point where there's a following, same thing with Call of Duty, a lot of people fall into this category, they're going to buy it every year regardless. You know? It's the same thing like with the Nicolas Cage movie. When Nick Cage come out on the screen, you got to go see it. Regardless if it's going to be good or not. It's Nicolas Cage. And you're going to...
I'm the exact same way. Since you cut out there real quick, I'm the exact same way when it comes to Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks. You just got to go watch them. They're great movies. You just got to go watch them.
So it's more of, it's not necessarily that we're expecting something better, but we've just been playing it for so long we expect to buy it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that we have made it okay for game developers to settle, and that's the problem. We need to stop buying garbage, and we need to actually put our foot down because we as consumers, we as fans, we as people deserve better quality things. And I feel like, for example, if we constantly just feed into that propaganda, it's going to create this basis of where we're not going to be able to expand as a community, because even if you think about it, like, gaming has become very much more prominent. Same thing with the anime community. I mean, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, it was almost like you had to do all of that in secret. It wasn't as, you weren't cool. It wasn't accepted by society and stuff like that. If you watched or played anything like that, you were labeled as a nerd or whatever the case may be. And now people from all different types of backgrounds, ethnicities, sexualities, they all come together and over a collective love for this thing. And that's beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
Piggybacking back off to what you said, that allowing game devs to feed us trash is not good, this is where the best part comes in about MK1. So, for the past few video games of Mortal Kombat, there have been what I like to call tryhards. I think everyone likes to say that as well. But they're implementing something that we haven't seen since Mortal Kombat 9, the tag team. It's not the traditional tag team where you could switch characters, but they've implemented non-playable characters that can assist you during gameplay, so that those nasty combos that people like to do to the point where you can't even make a single move can be canceled out with just one hit of assistance. How do you feel knowing that those tryhards are no longer able to do combos so long that it does not allow you to play? Is that good or bad?
I love it to a certain degree because I have been a victim and I have been a villain on this aspect. I definitely feel like it's going to make it to where it'll be more playable for anyone and it'll be more enjoyable overall, because I have been pinned in that corner to the point where I literally just walk away from the controller and go grab a snack because I know I'm not moving. Like, the game is over, my guy. Like, come on now. Like, you ain't even gonna let me get a hit. This is what we gotta do. And then on the other aspect, there is a certain joy that comes to it when you absolutely just shat upon whoever you're going against. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's going to be a lot of backlash either way, but I feel like people, like I was saying before, people just need to accept change, and they need to push for change.
Yeah, and honestly, the way I'm viewing it is it allows more players to try and get more comfortable with it without the fear of not being able to get a single hit in. But it also allows for people to not be as angry when their fan favorites aren't in the game. I know a couple of people were upset when Kenshi wasn't in the previous, but now they have an entire roster of non-playable characters that do assist you, that have some fan favorites included, so that even though you can't play them, you still get to see them in the main story.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were upset about Smoke.
And Ermac, but
yeah,
good news. Smoke is absolutely a playable character in this one with the most recent trailer that came out. We have the entire Lin Kuei, so Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Rain, Smoke, and then even Frost are now playable characters.
See, that's always been interesting to me, is Frost and Sub-Zero. You know what I'm saying? I never understood the separation there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they are siblings, but my main concern is in the resets of timeline. We've had timelines where Scorpion died and became Smoke, and Sub-Zero had died and came back as Smoke. But now we have both the original Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So where does Smoke come from?
I wonder if they're gonna play into the story with that, if they're gonna touch on that at all.
And then we've even had timelines where Smoke was just Ermac, or not Ermac. What is his name?
Noob, Cybot.
Noob, his shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many possibilities for where Smoke originates in different versions of Smoke that I am no longer aware of where his origins will lie.
Well, hopefully a lot of that, like I said, is touched on. Hopefully they have like a small prequel at the beginning of the game, kind of touching on the end of Mortal Kombat 11, and kind of like maybe a couple years in the process of that, of like what kind of led up to the present day current Mortal Kombat 1. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see when it comes out. Otherwise, it's just all speculation, you know?
True. And then last question about MK1. There are credible rumors that the main villain, Unaga, and his side piece, the vampire that was the original Scarlet, the bat chick with the wings, may be making a re-debut in this timeline. We've had a lot of progression where they were taken out, either being lost to the Mortal Kombat tournament or just killed off as a gory victory for the storyline. Are we excited to see them back? Is there someone in the previous games that you'd like to see back? Me personally, I am a huge Tanya fan since she came out in Mortal Kombat X, but it's not looking like she's come back. So if you had an opinion, what would it be?
Jason Voorhees.
That's a cameo.
I still want Jason Voorhees. I'm a huge slasher fan. You can ask Saz about this. I only played Jason Voorhees on Mortal Kombat X. I don't care if he was a cameo. I want them to bring him back. Give me my Jason, please.
That's very interesting because in 10 we had Predator and Alien at the same time. Maybe we could get another Freddy Krueger cameo with Jason Voorhees.
That would definitely be interesting. Or if they did all of the slashers, like, because I remember they also had Leatherface, and I did play Leatherface too. I'm not gonna lie. Which does bring up the aspect of, has anyone played the new Texas Chainsaw game?
I don't believe that is released yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's out either.
Is it? It's not out yet?
No, I don't think it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. Has anyone played? No. What have y'all heard about it?
So
I am wrong. It is available for pre-order, and I guess there is some early access depending on your stature.
from what I've seen, bro, I haven't seen any gameplay. I just hope it's not another Dead by Daylight. That's all I hope.
From the pictures that I saw, I feel like to a certain degree, that will be a prominent aspect of it.
As long
but it
as
definitely
you don't
does.
have to set generators on random locations, that's something.
Oh my god, I absolutely hated that.
An abundance of gameplay, and I think this might be a new term for horror-based games. We're so used to, let's say, Friday the 13th, where it's 1v8, and then you have the one that you just said. Oh my god, I'm going to
Dead by
Dead by
Daylight.
Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, where it's a 1v4. And this killer, it's actually 3 killers against 4 survivors. And technically 4 killers if you count the grandpa that's upstairs that lets the other killers know the location. In that sense, it's evenly matched.
I definitely like that aspect of it. I hope that they do make it a little bit fair, balanced on that aspect. I feel like that will be a little bit of a teeter-totter effect, you know, and I feel like there will have to be a lot of debuffs and buffs at the start of the game.
Or there might just be perks. Survivors might have
See,
perks.
that definitely will bring more towards the Dead by Daylight. I'm not so prevalent with Friday the 13th. I don't know if there was perks. Do y'all know?
Yes.
There was.
There was
Yeah,
perks.
It was.
There was? Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that you could also find weapons and stuff
Right.
like that. I feel like that should be prevalent in it, but I feel like you should have to do certain tasks. Like you should have to go find this to unlock this to get it, so it kind of progressively brings forward a story arc.
Right.
I feel like there should be a certain randomization to it though, because at the end of the day, if it's the same thing every time, like with Dead by Daylight, there's going to be a certain aspect of puppy guarding. And I definitely almost broke a controller a couple times because there was a killer that knew exactly where I was going to be once I finished doing all of those generators.
And it wasn't me, I swear.
We're not going to touch on that because friendships definitely were tested. But friendships are definitely tested.
Me as Michael Myers, uninstall the game.
From the video footage that I have seen, there is going to be a bit of a balance. So obviously you have your canon Leatherface. He's probably the scariest guy you can come to in the game. He can knock you down in one hit. Good luck with that. But then you have the two cousins, family members. I don't believe they're brothers. I know they are.
It's the sheriff, right? That's a sheriff and then a mechanic or something like that.
I believe so, and one of them is more of the let's set traps so Leatherface can get to you, so he's going to set the traps. But there's another who works more like a survivor in a sense, so where he's very frail, but he can also go through the same passageways and little places that Leatherface can't go through, that the survivor can, but he can't kill you as fast. It takes a lot more work.
That's interesting. That's good. Actually,
I like
might
that's
get
definitely.
it. I might
I
get
definitely
it.
think that will be. Yeah, okay. So for y'all, is that a cop or a drop?
Cop.
Honestly,
I love horror. I love horror, dude. Anything with horror, oh my god, I'm in. I at least
Hold
gotta
up.
try it.
Can
I at
you
least
say?
gotta try
Can you
it.
say that? Can you say that one more time for the people in the back?
Okay, anything with horror, I gotta get it, bro.
Har, har. That boy sounds like he's having a stroke halfway through trying to say that. Har.
Anything with horror, I gotta get it, brother. I gotta at least try it.
I can respect that. I mean, you already know. I mean, me and you definitely have talked about horror movies in the past. I'm definitely
What
a
kind of
huge
movies?
fan. Horror, not horror. Har. Is that your mating call, my boy? Like, what we got going on over there?
no, his mating call is horror.
Har. Har.
Also, just to update, I am now on my strawberry gaffer.
Ooh,
I am currently on my third glass of
I'm on
rum
my
and coke.
second.
So, not to push the conversation anywhere, but I know we were talking about movies earlier. Did we want to move forward? Do we have a few more gaming questions?
I just got one more gaming question, and then we can switch.
Is it
And
about
this-
CarX?
And this is about for you. This is what I want to tell you. What I learned. CarX, my boy, the drift game of all drift games you've been waiting for. CarX,
GTA without the thugs and robbery.
exactly. CarX
Uh-huh.
Street,
Beautiful.
Open
Beautiful.
world.
Love it.
big city map. Coming to
Can't
consoles: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S. The release date, I want your thoughts. November the 27th, 2023.
November?
The 27th, 2023.
Honestly, I'm not. Oh, my fault. Go for it.
I was gonna say it was pushed back. It was
Uh-huh.
actually supposed to drop in August. It was pushed back
Yeah.
to November. Thoughts?
I definitely remember the drop being stated to be for August. I didn't hear that it was pushed back. To be fair, I haven't been following it too much. We know with my work schedule, it's kind of hard to follow anything. But I honestly am not mad at it. I would rather have them take their time with developing this game, especially because this game has been in development for so long. And I will give credit where credit is due, because CarX started off as a mobile game. And
Which
then-
still is.
It
They-
still technically is now, yes.
It still is. They just enhanced it a little bit.
They enhanced it and they moved it over to console and stuff like that and PC. And the thing is that it's one of the most played car simulator games ever, and there's still a very prominent fan base through it. When it's been the same game for years, kind of like with GTA 5.
Correct.
You know, and I will say that what's that other game that everyone else plays? It's more so on PC though.
Sort of Coaster or something like that.
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's they have the realistic crash physics.
Oh, you're talking about BeamG.
Yeah, BMG. I know a lot of people play BMG and stuff like that, and I definitely have seen some streamers. You put me on to two of them actually.
Cool
To
Kid.
speak of which, yeah, and shout out Cool Kid. Join up on the channel one of these days. But it definitely I like to see more car games because I definitely do enjoy them. Because I mean, let's be honest. Who hasn't hopped on GTA 5 to just drive around or finds himself literally following traffic
lights? I've never done that. I've never done that ever.
Well, then your life is boring. Like, being at a red light is the height of my day.
On God.
I've never cruised on GTA, bro.
Ever. We don't have multiple streams of doing that exact fucking thing.
Hey, yo,
no, bro.
Shout out. What's your B-Bope and Skating for Life, Psychedelic Effect, bro. You gotta check those videos out for sure.
Oh God, they're tagged too. But I'm super hyped, and like I said, I would rather have them take their time with that. The same thing with Midnight Club. I don't care how long it takes to make my game. I don't care how long it takes to make my game.
I think
You're
it's
lying.
canceled.
You're lying.
Don't
play with my heart like that, boy.
I haven't heard anything from Midnight Club since 2021. It's been 2 years.
Look,
unless they're still developing it, but I think it's canceled, bro.
My hope is really that it doesn't get canceled. I really hope that it doesn't. I feel like there needs to be more car games.
The only thing you should keep your hopes up for, Need for Speed Underground remake. That's something you should keep your hopes up for.
That I already knew was eventually going to be a guaranteed after the flop of the last Need for Speed. I don't know what their direction they thought was going to be. Maybe with the whole how everyone else is getting into anime now, but it didn't turn out the way that they really thought it was going to, and it just looked, dare I say, so fucking dumb, so dumb. It's horrible, you know. But anyway, we should probably move on to the next topic. I feel like we've touched base on a lot of different games.
The last topic that we have is movies and music. I have just 2 questions before any of you all want to jump in. My first question is.
So my question. No.
Whoa!
Fuck your question.
I just got one important question for AJ first before hopping to Dope. AJ, my boy. My boy, Mr. Black Magic. Check this out. I recently messaged you. I asked you, what are your top 5 movies? Did I not?
I need receipts.
It was on.
Yes, you did.
And you responded with Escape Room.
One girl named Valerie.
Escape Room 2. Endgame, Avatar 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Scream 6. Is that not your list? Okay.
Yes, that was the list.
Why in the hell is that your top 5 movies? You do not like any old movies? Like, is that like how did you miss some of these main blockbusters that came out over time, and then you just have nothing but new movies?
Well, realistically, I believe in living your life in the present. I'm sorry that you are holding on to the golden era of the past, but I now have to acknowledge that there is new and great things out in this current time period. So I wanted my movies to be more fresh. Everyone's talking about those past movies. You gotta talk about something new.
Okay. I kind of see. The only reason why I say that is because, I mean, me and Doe can agree. Movies have been very lazy lately. Very lazy.
I feel as though the movies that I have picked are very much top tier of the current era.
Everything now is either a remake or a retelling.
Escape Room 2, tell me how that's a remake or a retelling.
Escape Room 2 was absolute garbage, just like the first one. I don't know why that would be in your top 5. You are a trash human being for even suggesting that.
What's wrong with the movie?
Escape Room?
Both of them. What's wrong with it?
Both of the stories were atrocious. All right. The kills were so stupid. They were so stupid. It was just. Everyone knew exactly what was gonna happen. It was so obvious. It's literally the retelling of so many other tales before, just different as in the fact that it's an escape room. That's the only difference. And the kills were so dumb. What, Escape Room?
Yeah, what would the movie be referencing?
The fact that every other person that's in a situation, or actually, let me say this, Saw. It's literally like Saw, except dumb.
Elaborate, how is it like Saw? I'm a Saw fanatic, so like, go ahead.
Saw was essentially games that were choices on whether who was going to live, who was going to die, and horrific deaths, right? And the deaths were really good, right? You know, somebody would get brutally maimed, and you would see every aspect of it. You know, eyeballs flying everywhere, jaws getting snapped wide open, like people getting sliced. They were great kills. And essentially, it was literally, okay, you had to figure out how to solve this puzzle, exactly like in Saw, to be able to progress to the next puzzle to keep living.
Unfortunately, you are comparing two things that are not that quite similar. Saw was a man who lost his baby at a young age and then tried to kill himself.
Okay.
And he felt as though since he survived his suicide attempt, that everyone else should be judged based off their sins. His disciples also got in on it, who were previous survivors of this other trap, but they started taking his word. This is a madman who went crazy with one incident and now affected the rest of his life in hands of judge people.
I'm not talking about the exact story, though. I'm talking about the basis of it. The basis of it. The basis of them are both same.
A whole bunch of people with money. Now, I could have agreed with you if you were to say this was more like a Hunger Games type thing.
There's another example. You just proved my point.
The first example.
Okay.
The first example, because your first example was incorrect.
Okay.
But yes, I can piggyback off the fact that it's similar to that of the horror game storyline, being as the first one was about the original victor, and then the victor had to come back and compete again. Yeah.
Okay, what about Squid Games?
I believe this came out before Squid Games.
Okay, but you said which one? Not the first one. You said the second one.
Yeah.
Squid Games came out. But see, that's the thing. Squid Games did it, but they did it better. And it wasn't even gruesome kills. The story was just so much better. And even though, like,
Being completely honest, the fucking freaking Hunger Games was based off another movie as well.
yeah, that's exactly my point. You're literally proving my point, though.
Yeah, but
Everything.
it all dates back into medieval times when people were forced to compete in games for royalty. So like, so remain completely bugged. Every movie before our lifetime would be the originals instead of the movies that we've already seen in our lifetime. There's nothing original anymore.
That definitely is true. I feel like it flopped on the kills for me, and it flopped on the storytelling for me. I feel like the story just wasn't good enough to even put it in the top 5. There's plenty of other movies that do it better.
I feel like you're more of a slasher film, but from someone who literally strives with political confrontation, puzzles, and psychological horror, this is definitely top tier for me.
Not necessarily. Well, I mean, not necessarily slasher. Like my top horror movie is The Witch, and to bring. That is psychological, but The Witch did it so well within the aspect of it just built that suspense and it held it so well. And it literally didn't even show the villain until the end.
Look, as someone who has ADD, I deep dive into every movie that I watch. So for a multi-trillion-dollar corporation to find people that were all sole survivors and then somehow commulate them and hoax them into getting into the same room, beautiful storytelling. Then to take everything you see in the first movie that the main character was saying about how she'll never fly until she finds out Minos is coming down, that she won't do this and that, and then for Minos to purposefully execute those plans without being caught and letting their lackeys take the fall, then to put that into the second movie as if we weren't going to notice the shit that they were doing that was so minorly detailed, that's crazy.
Okay, so you're telling me that you didn't know exactly what was going to happen from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie.
In the second one, no. Did I put it together that each one of them died the way they lived? Yes. 'Cause, like, the pastor, he's a savior for the Lord. He died saving someone else. The travel blogger, she went to all these regions and died in New York. Like, all of these people lived their lives to their fullest and then died those exact same ways. And I
Okay.
just felt like it was creative storytelling.
I will say, personally, I have not seen the second one because I was not the greatest of fans when it came to the first one. I will give them the aspect of it was interesting that each individual person had a story and the rooms did relate to them in one way or another. But like I said with Saw though, they died with their sins related. They died with something related to their sins.
True, but then you even have to take into account that in the first movie, they invent the aspect if you did not see it, it did not happen. The second movie isn't even based around their rooms. They just happen to die in the way that they live. The second one, do you remember the scene in the first movie where Homegirl jumped and hanged onto the phone cord?
No, I
And the
completely
upside
blacked
down
out that
woman?
movie. Completely
Well,
blacked
in the
out.
first movie, there was a death that we did not technically see, so it never happened. Homegirl invented the entire second game. They took a victim from their first game, forced her to relive her entire lifeline, and create it into a story for the next people, while still also incorporating each and every one of their features. Like the very first kill was even creative because he was talking on on the phone with his wife, saying that he won't be late again, and then he died first, meaning he'll never be on time because he's never gonna make it again.
Okay.
You're thinking surface level. You're not woke, bro. Where's my mom's?
Word to my mother, B. No, but
Like,
look, at the end of the day, it's perfectly fine to have your own opinion. I have my own opinion on a lot of things, but I
was
definitely.
my opinion. The question was asked to me, and then you wanted to diminish my opinion.
Well, that's fine. I can say my opinion that your choice in movies as far as that, because I wasn't present for any of it. I'm not gonna lie. I went to go get me a new drink. Endgame?
That was one of my top 5. Is that a bad movie?
Endgame?
Endgame.
I wasn't the biggest fan.
What about Avatar? Was that a bad movie?
The second one.
The second one was horrible. The first one was good.
I'm gonna watch all 5 of the Avatars, and you can't stop me. What about Spider-Man: No Way Home?
No Way Home, out of all three of them? I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure.
Okay, Scream 6?
Definitely not.
What do you mean?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Scream 6.
Scream is one of the fundamentals of horror, and they changed their entire game up in this movie.
But it's not even the best out of the fundamentals of horror.
But it had Jenna Ortega, and she's bad.
She's mid. She's overhyped. She's overhyped.
The sister.
And she's in my age.
The sister, though. The sister, Jenna Ortega.
The sister was way finer. The sister was way finer than Jenna Ortega. That alone says something. But no, just Jenna Ortega is definitely mid. I feel like she's definitely overhyped. Same with Zendaya. Like, they definitely are attractive individuals, but I feel like everybody just dick rides a little too hard on them.
First and foremost, Jenna Ortega's portrayal of her character was iconic in many instances, simply because she was supposed to be the first kill in her original movie, yet she survived into the second of her new franchise. That right there, top tier screenwriting, because no one expected her to make it past. Secondly, her second film they made it out of the fucking freaking main city that they were supposed to be in, and we seen a Scream pick up a shotgun. We seen Ghostface just shoot somebody. Like, that's never been done in a Scream movie before until after the reveal.
The writing was so poor, though, for Scream 6.
You know what? Enough about me. What's your top 5?
Okay.
I cannot give you a top 5.
Because you're basic in line.
No, I cannot give you a top 5 because that would break into the whole spectrum of, okay, well, are we talking horror? Are we talking comedy?
Top 5 movies of
drama?
all time. Top 5 movies
all
of all time.
time?
Just
all time.
Your personal top 5 favorite movies, because mine came from different categories.
Yep.
Okay. Come back to me. Let me take a look. Let me come back.
We'll come back because I actually got a follow-up question. I don't know if you've seen the AJ, bro. Dope. How the fuck? How old are you again? Remind the class.
23.
You're 33. 23.
23. You sound like a dick rider.
Your mother was.
You're damn straight. That's how I got here, my boy.
So 23 years old, you've never seen any of the Matrix, bro?
Not a single one.
Are
of them.
you shitting me, bro?
So you have no taste.
You never seen the Matrix. I'm fucking lost for words from that.
I have a problem with certain things that are overhyped. I will usually go back after everything has kind of died down and watch something and make my decision after that. I just never got around to The Matrix because I already know the entire movie without even having to see it, essentially.
Oh, yeah?
You know how many references? You know, nobody watched the third movie because everybody is old as fuck and The Matrix has not been prevalent since 2008.
Wait, everyone's old in the third movie? Or you talking about the fourth one?
Oh, well, same difference. The same difference. It's all a simulation. That's essentially the gist of The Matrix. And Neo essentially chooses to stay within the simulation to try to break it. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and break it down for me. Tell me what The Matrix is.
I mean, you have the first movie down to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, well, I have not seen the second one, so I've not seen the first one, nor the third or the fourth. So, but the first one essentially is the basis of all of them. Without the first one, none of those would matter.
Oh yeah, you got the whole.
Huh?
Isn't that how every series of movies works?
Exactly. So as long as I know about the first one, it doesn't matter about the second or third one.
No, but it does.
So you just know the beginning. What happens to the rest of the story?
If I know about the first president, none of the other presidents matter.
Honestly. Hey, shout out my boy Big George.
Hey, that's like me saying I watched Spider-Man from 2002 and I already know the rest of the story. That's it.
Oh God. I know about No Way Home because I watched Tobey Maguire.
Okay,
AJ?
so that.
I watched the first episode of this show and there's 12 seasons, but I pretty much understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, are y'all ready for my top 5?
Let's hear it. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit y'all with something that's a little bit older.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and hit y'all with Enter the Dragon as my number 1.
Ooh, okay.
Enter the Dragon is definitely my number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my second spot. It is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2008. Even though my favorite slasher of all time is Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th, that will forever be prevalent. That's what introduced me into horror. I just really got to give it because I can watch that movie 100 times and never get bored of it, ever. My number 3 is going to be The Upside. I don't know if y'all know about that. Do y'all know what that is? Okay, so The Upside is a movie that has... Okay, bitch. Bitch. It stars Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston, and essentially it's based on a true story, and Bryan Cranston is a very successful millionaire who essentially has given up on life because he can't walk, and he has to have everything done for him.
Oh, I think I've
Yeah.
seen it. I think
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Every love story that has a cripple in it, but they're friends.
Well, no, because Kevin Hart essentially was a street hustler who has a kid, and he went to prison. Oh, you're reading it. Okay. So I really enjoyed that movie. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to shit like that, I'ma cry. I'ma definitely cry. And I did. I definitely did. I bawled like a bitch. It really touched my heart. I also cried in what's that other one with Will Smith in it?
iRobot.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I was in here shedding tears for that motherfucker. No.
I imagine.
Definitely. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When the dog died, when the dog died, y'all telling me y'all didn't shed at least a tear? No.
You talk about
Sounds so stupid.
you talk about
The
happiness,
The
right?
movie I ever cried to was Sucker Punch.
I can see that. No, in the Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's the one that I definitely cried in. My number 3 is going to be Oh wait, no, my fault. My number 4 is going to go ahead and be Step Brothers. It's one of my favorite.
You know what? I agree.
It's gonna be, that's one of my top. It would be that and a very close Talladega Nights. Either one of those could definitely alternate at any point in time. Yep. Either one of those is definitely one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. And then my last one is probably gonna go ahead and be fuck, what is it called?
Shrek the First.
Yes.
The third, actually.
Yes. I mean, why wouldn't I pick the movie that I started? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and then Skate was Fiona.
No, my 5th one. My 5th favorite is probably gonna be what is it called? See, this is why I wanted y'all to come back to me. It's so hard for me to choose, bro.
Okay, because I think it's time for me to take over.
Go for it, Queen. You do your thing. Do your
Thank
thing.
you.
I'm
I
drowning.
respect that.
I'm
So,
drowning.
Earlier in the podcast, we were talking a lot about Marvel movies.
Mhm.
So, now that we're entering a new phase of Marvel, who is your favorite Marvel character and why? And then I have a few more questions about Marvel after.
My new favorite Marvel character is a character that they haven't even introduced yet, and it's gonna be in the live action movie sense, which would be Miles Morales.
Fair. Why?
Because they've already leaked a lot of content around it, and I've always loved his story, and especially with the Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse and the one that was before that. I absolutely loved both of those movies. I really did. And the last one that just came out, I saw 3 times already in the theaters. And I'm already hyped for the third one. I feel like the story that goes along with it just fits so well. And especially within today's society, it's very prevalent on Miles Morales' story. And his abilities are just dope as far as like Spider-Man goes.
So, being another black person who is subjected to have powers that are based around lightning, how do you feel that a lot of Black Marvel characters are just stuck in the lightning-based category?
Well, Static Shock was definitely one of my favorite hero shows growing up as a kid. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that. You might be too young.
I've heard of him.
You've heard of him? Skate? Have you heard of Static Shock?
You asking me for real?
Yes.
I don't even like heroes, bro.
Imagine. Okay. Anyways, back to us.
Oh God.
Going throughout all of Heroes, we have Black Lightning, whose power is
Well-
lightning. His daughter, whose power is lightning. We have Miles Morales, who's a Spider-Man, but for some reason they gave him lightning. We have Storm.
That's not necessarily true. Storm, for one, and she's not even in the Marvel universe. She controls the weather. She has multiple different other aspects.
Did you just tell me
There's
that
also
Storm is not in the Marvel universe?
she's not.
What is she from?
Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. She
Okay,
is.
yeah.
Look, hey, sir, I am under the influence. Do not at me.
Under the influence.
I have also been partaking in other substances besides.
Oh, the meth?
Yes, yes, it's definitely starting to kick in. You haven't heard me picking up my face this whole time? No, but
I hear those teeth grinding.
honestly, yeah. But no, there's also Luke Cage. There's Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, which that's actually a pair and stuff like that. There's the whole Captain America arc where, what's his name? What's his name?
Not Steve Rogers.
No, it's not Steve Rogers. They literally just
black one,
introduced
Falcon?
it. Falcon, that's his name. They just introduced him as Captain America, but even before that, he was the Falcon. There's also Rhodey, who was War Machine. There's been...
No, I'm not saying that they're all lightning based, but how do
Yeah.
you feel about the fact that a significant amount of black characters in superhero roles have the ability to control lightning?
I will say, I mean, it's not like I'm a person of color myself, but
I didn't know that until you just said that, to be honest.
that's true. That's true. I have heard a lot of the times that I'm either mixed or black, so but I am gonna go ahead and say that on the basis of, I personally think that the lightning abilities are dope, and especially with how people have introduced the aspects of fire being in that, like psychic blades and stuff through electricity, magnetic abilities. Like there's tons of different uses that comes with that, and I definitely like that aspect. Now, I definitely do feel like there could be a lot more diversity, and I feel like the Marvel Universe, now that it has had the ground bases, starting to spread that out. They've definitely been introducing a lot of different multicultural heroes and stuff like that from different backgrounds. Miss Marvel, yeah, I was just about to bring her up and stuff like that, which was an interesting story. There's what's his name?
Moon Knight?
Yeah, Moonlight, or whatever the hell.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, yeah. He is, I want to say, not Arabic, but of Middle Eastern descent, even in the comics. But he also was a New York taxi driver at one point. You know, they've been introducing a lot more of that, and I definitely like to see that. Necessarily, though, I don't feel like it damages how society views these different heroes, though.
Okay, so as a person who does not come from an LGBTQ background, how do you feel about the new and upcoming hero that was introduced in the comics back in 2016 called Shade, who is based off of two drag queens named Monet Exchange and Faith Boulay, and the fact that there might be an appearance of them in the new and upcoming series with Ironheart?
Personally, I don't care at all. It's not that big of a deal to me. I know that it is a big stepping stone for the LGBT community, but at the end of the day, there's been a lot of advancements as far as like movie and TV shows and even video games with the presence of the LGBT community. So I don't feel like it's that big of a stepping stone in regards, especially because there was one hero that was gay. Yeah. Well, no.
I know for a fact that Loki although he's not technically a hero, he is canonically bisexual.
Yeah, yeah, that is
Deadpool
definitely prevalent.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in specific timelines, there's Spider-Man, and then I know that Wanda's most recent debut in WandaVision, her son, I can't remember his name, but one of her children is canonically gay and is in a relationship with Hulkling in the comics.
Yeah, no, but I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't mind my heroes with a little bit of zest, as long as the story's good and it sticks true to the comics, and it makes the experience enjoyable. I don't care. I don't care at all. I feel like
coming on to the new age incoming. How do we feel about the obvious enactment that there is going to be, seeing as we're seeing a younger copy of all current Marvel members?
I would not mind there being a Young Avengers, my fault. That meth kicking in again, boy, I tell you. No.
Coffee enema.
On me. Nah, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the animated series. I definitely still did watch it, but I didn't think it was the worst thing. I would like to see a lot of more branching out into the different universes, though, as far as where different heroes are part of the Avengers. I know that they're gonna start introducing the Illuminati. I don't know if you know about. Well, yes, they've touched on it, but they're gonna actually make them prevalent, like on the big screen.
As the fact that they're including the Fantastic Four and X-Men in the new and upcoming series.
Yep. So they're gonna start branching out into that, which excites me because I've always been a big fan of Planet Hulk. I've definitely loved.
Been confirmed. Now
exactly. Yep. And now that Marvel has the official rights to Hulk and stuff like that, I definitely am excited to see what they do. I wasn't the biggest fan of She-Hulk. I felt like there was a lot of lackluster there.
I do appreciate that they stayed canon to her fourth wall breaking and her outgoingness as a woman who is intelligent in a world that does not really perceive women as to be intelligent. But seeing as our boy Skate does not have much prevalence to the Marvel topic, I have one final question that we can discuss. Okay. Ooh, damn.
Well,
Damn.
you should ask me what my favorite hero movie is.
Oh, what's your favorite hero movie?
I already know his answer. Please do not ask him that. Please do not. Please, I hope that you are so upset by his answer when he says this.
I'll ask after this. So, to close out the main Marvel topic, with a bunch of new Marvel stuff coming out, including the shows, saying that you are a big Marvel fan, is there any theory that you have with the new Phase 4 to Phase 5 transfer? And if so, what is it? And then I'll share mine after.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna need you to rephrase that question, my boy. I'm gonna need you.
Like a theory of something. Okay, I'll start. So I have this really big theory. So my theory is that Doctor Strange is going to die soon, seeing as we see the big picture members die. The reason being is that one of the many first comics, we have Doctor Doom killing off Doctor Strange, and Magic they have introduced in New Mutants movie, which I found out was a Marvel-produced film, and they're now introducing Doctor in the Fantastic Four movie, and he's already been doing that movie anyway. So if you have a theory, what is it?
I will say that I know that they are going to introduce Scar, and there's going to be a branch off of that, and that will probably lead into the what's that story arc? Why am I spacing here right now?
The meth.
It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's really getting to me. It's really messing with my memory right now. But anyways, I know that they're gonna introduce Scar. I know that once they introduce Doctor Doom, that'll introduce the hell? Sorry, I had the weirdest situation just happen between my two cats. I don't know what the hell they got going on over there. I feel like you're really enjoying me spacing out right now. I'm not gonna hold you. I know you is. I know you is. I know you is. I know you is. I did, yes. He will be included. No, what's gonna end up happening is that he's gonna be introduced from another universe. They're gonna start branching out into the different multiverses. They already kind of dipped into that with Loki and stuff like that, and the Chronomic timeline. They touched on that with Ant-Man and the Quantum Realm. They're gonna start bringing in different heroes and Spider-Man. Yes, exactly my point. And across, you know what I'm saying, the Spider-Verse and stuff like that. So.
Backtrack, but I have messed up. This was not my original last question. You seem to be struggling, so this one's a lot easier. Earlier, we were talking about business people and Marvel films. How do you feel about the fact that Storm, a black character in the Marvel universe, her backstory was given to Wanda Maximoff, who is canonically white? And if you're not sure as to what that means, Storm's backstory was that a plane flew through her home. She then joined a secret society of people who weren't that good, and then became a hero later on. And then with WandaVision, we found out one of Tony Stark's missiles flew through her house. Then she followed the same suit as Storm, joining a bad group.
See, that's the thing, though. Everything ends up tying back to Tony Stark. It really does to a certain degree, because it's been prevalent in multiple of the stories, especially with Spider-Man. What was that last one before No Way Home? Was it Home? No, it wasn't Homecoming. Homecoming was the first one. What was this one? Yeah, Far From Home. The whole incident happened where they, with the whole drone incident and stuff like that, there was a lot of backlash that fell upon Stark Industries. There was the incident in the first one with damage control and stuff like that between Spider-Man and Vulture. No. I'm getting to that. I definitely feel like they used that incident as a excuse to bring in a little bit more diversity, which I don't have an issue with. I definitely feel like, though, a lot of people technically will. Because, as we've seen prevalent with any changes, marking back to when we were talking about Mortal Kombat 1, when we were talking about... You know, I feel like there's going to be a lot of backlash that comes with that. But I feel like it'll be an interesting development, and I feel like as time progresses, people will definitely start to warm up to the change.
Gotcha. Okay, Skate, you have been sitting out on the sidelines quite a bit. Do you want to tell us what your favorite superhero movie is, no matter how controversial it might be?
It's the best superhero movie of all time. You ready? It's Ben Affleck playing as Daredevil.
Do me a favor and go ahead and leave the chat with me.
Oh God, bro! I can't believe every time he says this, man, and the fact that it really is the leather costume for me. Like, it's like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he played Daredevil the best.
Yeah, I don't know about that, sir. I don't know about that. What makes you think that he played Daredevil the best?
Because I believe that he was actually blind.
Are you Final answer? Did you want to phone a friend?
Whoa.
I don't think that one's gonna work out that well for you, bud. I feel like your answer kind of backed out on you. Not gonna lie.
Hold on, one more chance, okay?
Okay.
he made the Kingpin look scary. I believe. Whoa!
I think you kind of messed on that one. I think you fumbled the bag. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Sorry about that, sir.
Alright, moving away from that topic before we get canceled. Earlier, though, you were talking about how you did not appreciate the second Avatar movie. Knowing that there's 3 more movies coming in the next 6 years, what are your thoughts?
I think they're all gonna go ahead and not gonna lie to you. I really think after that second one, it really just it killed it for me.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. The production wise, there's not a movie close to it. Production wise. I don't think there's not a movie that as pretty as that. Entertaining. If you're really trying to catch us some sleep, bro, you can go watch the movie.
I just feel like you have no room to talk, seeing as you watched The Lord of the Rings.
Whoa. Whoa. You can't even mention that since you said you haven't even seen it.
And I bet you watched The Hobbit as well, huh?
No. No, sir. No hobbits here. I don't mess with the hobbits.
You're built like a hobbit.
Ooh.
Anyways, does anyone have any questions that you want to do?
Are you talking to chat here? What's up? What's up?
No, you
Oh, okay.
a lot of questions.
No.
Alright, let me... Oh, my fault. Go for it, Skate.
For me, I pretty much went down through everything I need to ask and know. For now, it's just open speech. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to speak about, by all means.
Do y'all have any new music that y'all want to shout out? Any artists or anything like that? Following
At the moment,
underground. Okay, you want to go ahead and list off like 5 songs? Maybe you want, you know what I'm saying? You want to check out anything like that?
Not necessarily songs, but an artist that I feel is up and coming. She was underground about a year ago.
Doji.
Have you heard of Doji?
I have not heard of Doji. What genre is she in?
She is definitely what I would consider still on rap, not necessarily like but they're very similar to Doji Cat, not necessarily like Doji Cat when she has she's not like Doji Cat at all. She's more on like hardcore rap. She does share some similarities with Cupcake, who I think everyone is familiar with, where her lyrics are a bit sexual, but I think she has a very high intellect in her rapping career. She actually just did a performance at the BET Awards, which she did look a little
Okay.
So she is on the same path of Megan Thee Stallion said her claim to fame, where you sound yourself, and then now all of a sudden she is big out.
Okay. What about you, Skate? Anyone that you want to go ahead and shout out?
Not at the moment. I definitely been listening to a lot of city pop, so I guess any of you city pop fans. But other than that, I haven't been touching anything new. You?
Me? I have been listening to an individual by the name of Stone Cold Jizzle.
Not Jizzle.
Definitely the Jizzle. His song Yup on the album Horrorhead, it gives me a little bit of Yeet vibes kind of off of it. and I mess with Heat. Also, White Crocs by Jordan Ward. He was kind of a smaller artist. He's been picking up a lot of heat though, especially because he got shouted out by Tyler the Creator and stuff like that. I know for a lot of people, Tyler the Creator is a very individual artist and stuff like that. And his song, it really is it's a vibe. I can't even hold you. You will just have to listen to it. I also I like Where I Walk by Doughboy. He actually sampled one of J-Lo's songs and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it was I'm Real with Ja Rule and stuff like that. And it's nothing like too crazy. It doesn't differ from the whole basis of it and stuff like that. But it's a catchy song, and it's something that you just want to ride around in like during the summertime. You know,
Or on
so I
GTA,
definitely
right?
will. Huh?
Or on GTA.
Or on GTA. Also, Young Blue. I like his song 2 a.m. in Houston. That one's really good and stuff like that. Young Blue kind of he's a rap artist and stuff. He's really been taking off. And he kind of brings in a nice storytelling ability to it. And he raps about heartache, not as much as, you know, MO3 or Rod Wave and stuff. He's definitely a little bit more. He's definitely a little bit more graphic with his music and stuff like that. Also, Osito, Do I? I'm not gonna lie, the chorus on that track really just does something for me. Anytime you introduce like some sort of singing, with someone rapping over it and stuff like that, I mess with it hella heavy. But that's the thing, my music taste branches out so much. I can listen to anything from any genre. Rock, country, rap, reggae, psychedelic, reggae, all of that, bro, all of it. I will even pull on some Latin music, like anything. It doesn't matter. I just
invitation that you listen to everything. There is a brand new artist. Her name is Still Evan, Til. They had a hit song called One More Shot on TikTok, reaching over 4 million streams within the week that she debuted it. Her album consists of 6 songs, 5 others, including the one that I just mentioned. This is the first artist that I've seen with a debut album where every song is rap. It's an 18-minute total album, and I can sit there and listen to every song. For people who are more somber, so if you're ever in your feels and a little bit, I would suggest this album.
If you link it to me, I will definitely check it out. Otherwise, I already know that I will definitely support that. I'm not even gonna hold you. 100%. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, no, I definitely check it out. Like I said, I just love music in general. Honestly, a goal of mine is to get like a little bit more integrated within producing and stuff like that. I want to start making like beats, instrumentals, all different types of stuff for anything.
That's a whole different story, dude. I know how to write.
We can definitely collab. I'm definitely with it. I've already told a bunch of people, like, once I kind of figure that stuff out a little bit more and get everything set up, you know, but with how my funding is right now, you know, it's not looking like it's going to be in the works, especially because with my work schedule, everything's kind of extremely limited. But, with that being said, though, like, I definitely feel like, to a certain degree, Skate, you have put me on with a couple different songs. Do you feel like there's anything that either I or anyone else has put you on that has definitely changed your music taste to a certain degree, or?
Definitely. I am not real good with the names, but I know you showed me that one song by
about Sunshine.
No, you told me this one song once that changed my music to listen to a little bit more of that mellow stuff. Is it Pink something? Pink, I don't remember the name, dude. It's the one that
Pink
goes...
Panthers?
No, there was one that goes... Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the name, dude.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't put my finger on it right now. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna remember it as soon as this episode ends. I promise you.
Skate, do me a favor real quick.
Yeah.
Look at the group chat. Look at what I just said. Watch it.
What?
I saw this fucking picture earlier.
No, watch it.
What? We're in the middle of a podcast and you choose this now? Boy, what the hell? Alright,
Continue.
Definitely
I'm
that.
also
You
good,
changed my music with that, and then you definitely put me on with this dark side of you, which I doubted for like a long time, because I didn't really think you fuck with music like that. I thought you were just all cap and shit, and then you really put a song on. I was like, holy shit, this dude going through problems. It's called Rough Hands, I think, or Broken Hands or something like that. That song,
it's rough hands, and it's by Alex is on Fire, bro.
That song changed a lot. I was like, whoa. Definitely.
Boiled Frogs is also really good on that album. Shout out.
I gotta check it out.
Which is Soldier Life by Rod Wave.
I definitely have. I'm not the biggest Rod Wave fan, but if someone's playing it, I'm definitely gonna hit my little diddy bop to it. You know what I'm saying? I sit in the corner, get my shoulders up, especially if I got a little drink on me.
I only started listening to Rod Wave because it was my brother's favorite artist before his passing. And that song right there, since he was a soldier, we played at his funeral. That shit is hit.
Oh, I believe it. Which we will be touching on
later on
when we get the second episode out. We're going to be doing an interview with Magic. He's had a lot of interesting aspects throughout his life.
I'm a very interesting person.
Very interesting person. Very interesting queen.
Rough.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's why he's so ugly. That boy just ugly as hell. Anyways. No, but like, what about you? About you, Magic? You feel like anyone has kind of changed your music genre, like style or anything like that, has opened up your or broadened your spectrum?
You know what? Let me open my playlist real quick.
Well, while you do that, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring up another topic. What is a guilty pleasure song that you will listen to? And usually you won't tell anyone else this. You know what I'm saying? But when it's just you by yourself, what is your song?
So, as a person who has played many an instrument, a total of 7 throughout my lifetime, I have found a quite interesting aspect in that of classical music. And I don't know if you guys have watched it, this new show called Queen Charlotte on Netflix.
I have not.
They take modern day songs and make them into orchestral versions of it.
Okay.
So like, what's an example? So they have like Halo by Beyonce, If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys, Run the World, I Will Always Love You, If I Ain't Got You. But they're all orchestral, very intense versions of it. And I will find myself walking along in my day-to-day, or if I'm working out at the gym, throw one of these on, and it just hits the soul in a way that I didn't think it would ever hit.
All right. What about you, Saz?
Personally, I don't bump it a lot to be a guilty pleasure, but I guess like every now and then I'll listen to like Avril Lavigne.
Ew.
Or I'll listen to guilty pleasure, man. It's like, cause like it depends what you would consider it, you know.
That's true.
I guess you could go with like Creed. I guess Creed's kind of.
Creed's
cheesy.
a guilty pleasure for you? What? I would think Nickelback. Nickelback is more seen as cheesy. Nickelback, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why there's all this hate for Nickelback.
Right.
I bet y'all thousands of dollars y'all cannot guess what my guilty pleasure song is.
You listen to Beyonce?
No.
What range of music is it
Same range.
in? As Beyonce?
Mm-hmm.
You listen to Jennifer Hudson?
Mm-mm.
Is it the same range for real, or is you capping?
I swear to God, I need you to actually say the song, otherwise it's cheating. And yes.
Is it a modern day female artist?
Mm-hmm.
Is it white?
Mm-mm.
Is it Doja Cat?
Black?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hold on. I feel like I know. It's not her new song, right?
Who?
Doja's? It's not her new song?
No, it's not Doja. It's not Doja.
Oh, so it's a
you
black
said
female?
Doja Cat, and you said
Oh, I thought I didn't hear him say Doja. That's my fault. I was saying yes, that they're black.
modern day.
Yes.
Like, as in they still currently make new songs that people listen to.
Yes. I don't know when their last album was though.
Bro.
It's not like the classic. It's not like Rihanna or Alicia Keys.
Beyonce.
I said it's in the range of Beyonce, so do
So
what
it's
you will with
Rihanna.
that. Do what you will with that.
It's Rihanna.
Do what you will with that.
It's the range of Beyonce?
I swear to God, if he says it's like Love on the Brain or something.
Is that your guess?
No.
Okay. Go
But
ahead,
I
keep
know it's
guessing.
Rihanna.
Okay. So,
Is it Love on the Brain?
that's your guess.
No, because like you're closing it off because I'm getting closer.
Yeah, no, I'm not closing it off. I'm sad because I can't give it to you. What the fuck? Why would I give you the answer?
Cold, like you're supposed to lead me to the answer.
No, I'm not leading you to the answer. You already know the artist, all right? You have enough to go off of that. So from this,
It's Rihanna. He just confirmed.
it is Rihanna, yes.
I swear to God, if it's Lift Me Up from the Black Panther movie, we're tussling.
Okay, is that your final answer?
I say, can I say two songs?
Okay, go for it.
I say either Diamonds
Okay, okay.
or it's gotta be
It's Diamonds, Love of the Brain, or Lift Me Up. That's the only options because he said modern, and these are the most recent.
or it's gotta
No,
be
you asked me if it was a modern artist. I didn't say it was a modern song.
No, because she's not a modern artist. The last song
She is a modern artist. She is very prevalent within the art, with the music industry.
Song in the last 8 years.
That's fine. That's still one song within the last 8
That's
years.
not prevalent. That means she made one song.
Everybody and their mama knows who Rihanna is. Quit hating on my girl, alright? Leave her big ass forehead alone.
Houston is, but she's dead.
Not everybody knows who Whitney Houston is.
Everyone knows who Michael Jackson is, but he's dead.
Yeah, but
Diamonds?
Michael Jackson's got bangers, and he's still
It's-
got unreleased music.
it's Diamonds or Bitch Better Have My Money. It's gotta be.
Okay, so those are all your guys' final guesses.
That's my guesses.
Either that or Umbrella.
Okay. Either that or what?
Umbrella.
So these are your guys'. I'm gonna have to have y'all narrow it down though. So which one is it out of that 16 that y'all just listed?
I just gave you two.
Huh?
I gave you two.
4.
Okay, so it's Diamonds,
Uh-huh.
Lift Me Up.
Uh-huh.
What was the third one?
If it's not it,
It
if
was
it's-
not Umbrella. You threw that in. You threw that in at the last. Y'all said like 16 other songs.
4.
No, y'all did not.
It was Diamonds, Umbrella, Love on the Brain, or Lift Me Up. Those were the 4.
Okay.
I said Umbrella and Lift Me Up. He said Diamonds and Love on the Brain.
Okay, okay. So those are your final 4.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all bitch ass motherfuckers is Umbrella. With diamonds is a close second. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
Both of those is a banger, and my third would be Nicki Minaj.
Hey, but Nicki
Super
music
bass.
go hard though.
Super Bass.
Super
Not her
bass.
Ice Spice cameo?
Fuck no. I was distracted. I couldn't focus, man.
Bro, when she was
I could not, mother. Oh my god, I couldn't
Shit,
focus.
wait. She said they damn, what the fuck did she say? Oh, bitches is ass if we keeping it crack, that got me. And then she said, live from London, straight from the palace, Mamden Algalis on text us like Dallas. Not Texas, but they text us like Dallas.
I'm not gonna lie, she did have bars, but I couldn't focus because of the music video for one. And if you put me in a room with any of those two, or Rihanna, or Megan Thee Stallion, I'm folded.
I forgot Megan Thee Stallion existed.
Bro, don't ever play my girl like that. Don't ever play the Stallion like that.
She ain't released shit since Trauma.
I don't care. Megan Thee Stallion, oh my god, boy. Oh my god. Woo!
The only good song is probably like Anxiety.
I don't even know any of her music. We ain't even talk about music no more. We just talk about my love interests. Oh my god. It definitely Doja Cat used to be on that list too. But then
let's talk about
but
your
then
love interest and how it's all men.
Whoa. What's that one girl I like? Remind the class though.
I don't know.
Who's the next
I didn't know that you like girls.
Whoa, calm the fuck down.
I'm calm.
Who is that girl? Like,
who is it? Who is it? Who's that young man?
It's fucking.
Tell the class.
It's dope as Spider. It's dope as Spider-Man. That's for sure.
It's Alice Delish.
That bitch, bro.
Alice Delish.
I'll do 50 years. 50 years.
Okay, you know we would love you to sing it, man.
And I will smuggle in a 3-liter.
It's alright, he's not ready to come out the closet.
50 years.
We will still love you regardless.
She's perfect.
I thought you said that you weren't a fan since she got plastic surgery.
That's true though. But she's still perfect though. Her face.
You're a hater on plastic surgery?
Her face.
You know
perfect.
who is an underrated bombshell, bro?
Who?
Have y'all ever seen any of the live action Scooby Doo's?
Yeah.
Yes, all of them.
The what's her name? What's the
Velma?
name? The Velma?
Oh my god, dude.
Boy. Boy, if you don't, oh my god, everybody was on Daphne. I was staring at Velma the whole time. I've always been a fan of Velma though. Velma,
You're talking about Scooby-Doo 2, right?
yes.
It's the same. It's the same actress.
It is the same actress, but the latex suit. He already knew what I was talking about. He already knew what I was talking about. He already knew. No, okay. Do y'all feel like cartoons from us growing up influenced our taste in women now? Or men,
yes.
for AJ.
I like him emo.
You like exactly my point. Do you feel like that was prevalent for you?
Very much so.
Okay.
What's the question?
Anthony?
One more time.
Do you feel like TV shows growing up influenced your taste in women or men of present day?
TV shows. Growing up? How old
Like
are we talking here?
Cartoon growing up.
So like we're still kids. Like we're little ass boys. Still playing with their toys, right?
Growing up. Yes.
So you're talking about Powerpuff Girls. We talking
No. We're talking about Raven from Teen Titans. We're talking about Danny Phantom. We're talking about.
So we talk about. The Rugrats.
How Danielle Phantom was fucking bad.
Boy, what was that one ghost that was the rocker chick? Oh my god. Oh my god.
The band that was from Scooby-Doo.
Oh yes, bro. Was it the Vampresses or whatever their names were?
Like that.
Bro, they were bad. All goth. All of them.
Shigo.
Ooh, Shigo was fire. Shigo always was killing it for me rather than Kim Possible. Kim Possible was bad, but Shigo, she had that little attitude, boy, that voice. Oh my god.
She reminds me of Billie Eilish.
Put me in a coma. Have y'all seen that new picture of Billie Eilish?
Going with her titties out. How old are you?
Ooh. 23? 23. 23. I don't even care. Don't even care. Don't even care.
Cause me and Billy, we're the same age, so I'm allowed to like Billy.
No, you're not. I'm literally 2 years older than you, stupid dummy.
Me and Billy are 21.
And how old were your parents when they met?
My mom's 50 and my dad's 52.
Exactly my point. That's a 2-year age gap, stupid. My parents had 8 years.
My parents started dating when my dad was 17 and my mom was 15. They were still both minors.
Yeah, there's tons of prevalences to that. There's a lot of people that meet at older ages too.
Billie Eilish became relevant when she was 16 and you was 18.
I wasn't on Billie Eilish's dick like that though.
So you was on her dick when she was 17?
What?
Whoa.
He's talking about her now.
Whoa. I'm talking about her now, Cuddy. I didn't even know Billie Eilish was like that until now.
Everybody knew Billie Eilish. She was in them iPhone commercials talking about come out and play.
Who?
She used to make them fucking phone commercials.
I ain't never seen that.
I've never seen that.
I don't have cable. I don't have cable.
That's because you like men skate.
Whoa. 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 That's
We know
crazy.
What you represent. We know who you are.
That's wild.
Tell your wife. Tell her. Go off, King. Crazy.
I'm going.
Crazy. No, that's wild, though. That's wild. So y'all definitely agree on that subject. That's good to know. That's good to know. Y'all don't follow sports at all, do y'all?
I don't.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be a
Well,
topic of subject. In
We're gonna have to end it here. It has been a long podcast. I feel bad for the guy who's gonna have to edit all this.
Woo.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
But I definitely want to thank the viewers for coming in, dropping a like. At one point, I did see at one point, I did see you guys. We had about 8 viewers watching. Who the 8 people were? No idea. But it did.
Live streaming this? I thought this was pre-recorded.
So this is all live.
This is all live.
Want to thank you.
Posted as a pre-record.
I want to thank you all for dropping some likes. I want to appreciate you all for dropping in. Again,
Now, this was my TikTok.
I want to say we apologize for the inconvenience. This was supposed to be on another channel, but I will drop a link to that channel. So go ahead and subscribe to that. We'll link this video and drop this video there.
I'll drop these notes eventually.
That's my boy AJ. Again, AJ, shout out. What's your TikTok again?
Donatello Versace. Versace Taylor.
Dope YouTube channel.
It's Debope. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
What's your X videos account name?
My X video account it's Creamy McTimples at hotmail.com.
Alright, Kid, what's your OnlyFans?
It's cybernetic.
Hold on, slow down. I'm trying to...
Give me another word. Give me another word. Give me another word.
No, I'm not helping you out on that. You can struggle by yourself over there, buddy.
There's Asian Twink 626.
It's cybernetics 626 OF.
Not him stealing my number.
That is the most boring. That is the most boring OF name I've ever heard in my life.
It's
Nobody's
cybernetics
subscribing.
agent. It's cybernetics agent Smith. There it is. That's my OnlyFans.
Asian Smith.
What? Huh?
Agent Smith,
Huh?
bro. The
Your
Matrix.
name is... Your first name is white already. I just feel like maybe Smith is not for you.
Okay, fine. Thomas Anderson.
That is a horrible stage name. That is a horrible stage. What was your?
My stage name is better than that.
What was the street that you grew up on and your first pet's name?
And then the last 4 digits of your social.
Okay, so it's gonna be McVavel. My first pet name was Oreo, and my last 4 is 6219.
All right, writing that down. What was also you need to go ahead and add your mother's maiden name.
It's gonna be Garcia.
That's crazy, crazy, outlandish for that one.
So now that we're at the end of the podcast, I just have a quick question.
Go ahead.
No.
The outro. Let's hear it.
No.
Oh, the outro?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What's your last question?
No, this is the outro. You can't ask a question for the outro.
Honestly,
You just said you had a question, so let's hear it before we do the outro.
But you said outro, so now
Bro.
just say the damn question. God damn, both of y'all, shut the hell up.
Are we about to join the regular call after this, or are we going to sleep or something?
I'm down.
We're in a party. What do you mean the regular call?
Oh, okay. So
We ain't in Discord no more.
this is the real question. If I go to the store to get my
I'm a savage.
Go for it. I'm gonna be gone too. I'm gonna go to the store real quick.
Can either one of y'all do me a favor?
What?
Y'all trying to pick?
I'm not gonna give you a free subscription.
Whoa. Whoa. Can one of y'all pick me up a lemon berry?
The way that you're not anywhere near me right now. You want to come pick it up?
I got you. I'm on the way right now. It's funny. It's funny how you say that though. But this man Skate is literally in a different fucking state. And I'm far from you, motherfucker.
And it is. Okay. I will be right back. Y'all can end the stream.
Alright, well, I appreciate you dropping in, AJ.
Yep.
I'm an honorary member. The fuck you mean drop in?
You hear that, guys? We're gonna have to edit that out.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Hey, man.
Alright. Appreciate
Well,
y'all.
again-
Appreciate y'all stopping in.
Again, like I said, appreciate you all dropping in. The 8 viewers, whoever you are, thank you. Drop a like, subscribe. My boy B-Bope. That's my #1 D-Dog. That's my G. Future upcoming artist, rapper, Twitch streamer. Oh, I forgot I missed one question. I guess the next podcast. But speaking of that,
you had to hold that out. This is already a
the next
30-minute
podcast.
outro.
But yep, you know where to look. You know where to find us. I'm gonna drop a link in the description for the next channel, for our real podcast channel. So make sure you subscribe to that. Dope. Any final words, man?
I hate all of y'all. Just know that, and I will see y'all under your bed.